Alright, and we are live! It's alive! The stream is live! Alright. Woo. Let's do it. Stretch it out. Crack those knuckles. Unstrip. Arms out. And a bat. Ow. Ow. Crunchy. Hey there, heroes. My name is Hero Girl. I'm your friendly local neighborhood hero tuber. And today is Final Fantasy. Today we're playing Final Fantasy VIII. And also, we're waiting for Fron. So that way he can comment when we play Final Fantasy VIII. Oh, God. I didn't sleep well last night, like, at all. And then I overwhelmed myself by looking at all the things I was trying to do. All the dreams I have to accomplish, all the goals I want to realize. But that's okay. That's okay. Just a good 20 minutes lying on the couch in quiet. AC turned off, actually, because it's actually super loud. Just have a fan. One room fan going. Just sitting in peace with my wife. Writing down my thoughts. Getting all of the brain bugs under control. And we're back. So first off, first order of business. Kellen, thank you so much for dropping a lurk. Cameron, thank you so much for dropping a lurk. And Lucky, thank you so much for the 100 biddies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Didn't sleep well either. I figured, with as late as you were on the Discord last night, I figured. Actually, you know what? That reminds me. There was something I meant to take care of. Let's take a look. About re-enabling one of the bots. Gotta be stream. One of them has saying that. There we go. I think. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There's chatbot. Let's. Got one for. There we go. Okay. If that. So if you're wondering, I just re-enabled the chatbot that posts a link to my Discord server. I have been slowly trying to acclimate myself to the idea of people just like dropping in, signing up. And like we've been hovering at the quote 100th member for like several months now. I feel like we get a good filter going on every time I have to like at everyone regarding like a stream or an alert or something like that. Alright. So what are we doing today, Davey? Well, we're playing Triple Triad while we wait for Fron, first and foremost. So, like, alright. Gotta take a look at the cards real quick. There's one card that we have been farming for, like, the past couple of weeks. Illinoils. We need 4 more Illinoils. And one of the students here in Balaam Garden has this card. So we've been farming them non-stop. Also, I gotta figure out how to get, like, get Quistis to use some of these items. Apparently Quistis can eat some of the items to... Oh! Well, that was easy! It actually just says... It actually just says Quistis can learn the thing! Oh, that's right. Oh, this is what the whipping magazine looks like. Okay. You literally just read the magazine. And like, there's a bunch of items that we can refine as well. In fact, if I go over to card ability, card mod, One will refine into 5 screws. Gemstone piece, Vampire Fang. A lot of these, like a lot of these other ones, like don't accidentally find any. But Conberry King. One will refine into. Chef's nice. Yeah, if we do it like that, then she will just have a lot of things that she can learn. Which, fortunately, pretty good. Ways. Dragon. So many. Stone life ring. Good orb. Alright, let's see, got here that Quistis can learn. Ring, it's a ring with force? Oh, I mean, okay, yeah. Stone that contains morale. Turtle shell. GF learns, wait, what? Your GF can learn vitality plus 20% ability. Okay, that's insane. Dragon's Fame with fire element. What's using that supposed to do? GF learns summon magic plus 20% ability. Quistis can learn Mighty Guard. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Can learn Bad Breath. Can learn Fire Breath. Just a Tomberry's knife. Oh my god. Did she already learn Ultra Waves? I can't. Oh, she already knows all. Glad to know it'll stop us. Mega Phoenix removes KO status from all party members. Good to have. Man, this will make using Quistis pretty fun. Okay. But anyway, yeah, we gotta go get those Elnoids. Because we are going to farm for Squall's weapon. I'm gonna save her. Because we did stuff and things. And I am not above save scumming in order to, like, you know, farm all this. Technically, we're supposed to be piloting Balaam Garden. We're supposed to be traveling all over the world. And I intend to. But first things first. Wait, hold on. Don't. Actually, hold on. Wait, go to the library? Go to the library because maybe Zell has a girlfriend yet now? No, that's the parking lot. You can't drive cars out into the ocean. That's the training center. Wasn't the library like over... Yeah, there it is. Ugh. Okay. So we go all the way over here, I think? No. Big yawn. Big stretch. Big stretch. Because of all that chaos that went out, I don't have to take that makeup test anymore. But now I have to write a report instead. Instructor Aki, you're being too hard on me. No. Yeah, it's funny. I want to write so many gosh dang essays now. But I hated writing them when I was in school because, like, I didn't realize I could, like, have a lot of information dump fun with them. I heard there's a weird book somewhere in the library. I don't know what kind of book it is. Weird book. Could it be the special book that I've been looking for? Aren't there 3 of you on the library committee? Well, since the 3 of us are so close, we're pretty inflexible with our schedules. The girl with the pigtail off today? Yeah, she is. Can I help you? Nah, that's okay, thanks. Oh my god, Zell's got a rival in love! What do you think? Do you think that maybe he likes her? Oh no! Zell! Oh, hey. I'll take it for you, Asuna. Just can't get myself to study these days. I only seem to hang out here. Alright, I'm gonna read this whole entire series. Good luck with that, kiddo. Also, what the fuck? How? There's nothing there. Where did she come from? Where did she go? Alright. I'm going to return going to save because I don't know if that progresses as a subplot or not. And then we'll go to the cafeteria. I doubt there will be any hot dogs for him, but that's life, baby. Where's the sign? I hope everyone is having a good Friday. I've got Soroka coming over tomorrow because she's on her way to the island to visit some friends. Ooh. You ever worried? You know, sometimes I worry I'm accidentally gonna, like, dox people. Like, it shouldn't be a huge deal to just say, like, yeah, I've got a friend coming to visit me. And, like, I live in the Vancouver area, which is, like, really fucking big. So many fucking people live here. Not, like, a huge thing. Well, like, it's a huge thing, but it's, like, you know, not a huge thing to say that, because it's like, yeah, okay. You say that you live in, like, an area with a shit ton of other people. Like, good luck trying to find that needle in the haystack. But then it's like, you know, but what if? What if? And then you remember, well, I guess if anyone really wanted to find out, like, they would probably have an easier time than, like, trying to dig through anything I've said. Alright. Let the triple triad commence. Remember, center caterpillar always wins. No, oh no. Ah, that's right. I forgot to look up how to remove the stupid thing. Now this is interesting. They have a behemoth that would win pretty much anything if we put on the left slot. But we actually need to protect our right slot. Means what exactly? Yeah, just like that. Just a... Wait, no. Now Zell doesn't win that. But now nothing beats Questus. Alright, and we just gotta keep doing that while not accidentally going so AFK that, we miss out. I have so many essays I want to write, chat. If I had, like, and there were, like, a couple of essays I remember getting in high and middle school where I was like, oh wait, I can actually, like, just write a thing. Especially when I was taking classes that I was actually interested in, like, you know, taking Greek mythology class, stuff like that. But I didn't really understand the true power of hyper-focus info dump to a captive audience, you know? If I had a better grasp on that, I would probably have had a lot more fun in academia. Yep, okay, that's a safe place to put a card. Very safe. Now... Oh wait, that card was already mine. Right. This guy has weird play patterns. But that's fine. I think. We can just win cards, chat. Win cards and they, like, turn into items? And also they turn into blue mage spells? I'm gonna have to write some of these essays on, like, games. It's such a weird thing, right? Like, part of me is trying to do this so that way I can... Oh, wait, they took my spot. I want to be able to, like, write magic stuff, and I want to be able to write about just like video games, the anime and stuff. But I feel like the Magic stuff is so specific. And I'm telling myself, no, I'm not gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna make a split channel. I barely like post as it is. If I just like have something I barely post to it, then like no. I'm not gonna let YouTube niche me down. No. Because it's all gonna be personal essays in the first. If it's all personal essays in the first place, well then go ahead and make that. Actually, you went here. Now that's a win. We still need 4 Illinois, so really, we're just grateful we don't lose it. This is why we're trying to like build up the identity. If we do it for personal essays, then I think we can make it work. Especially after I spent all that time reading those personal essays about, you know, being diagnosed as autistic women. The strong female character by Fern Brady, and then Odd Girl Out by Laura something. I can't remember what her last name is off the top of my head. Also, am I supposed to actually no, hold on. If I can play Zell here, then they can't take. Yeah, and then I just like get another card that way. Creepsbow, Gimlin, because I can't remember which ones like turn cards into like good things. No Caterpillar? Caterpillar? Have I been saying that the wrong way this whole time? People really like the Yuri on Ice video essay. That's good. Actually, hold on, does it? Actually? Risky, because they might just take the, like, the top right. Excellent. Good. Now. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Do you know what's good? You know what's good? Like, the personal story aspect of these books. It makes them feel like you know people better than you actually do. Because they're letting you into, like, a small window snippet of their lives. And so that ends up being, like, the brand. It ends up being the thing. So, my goal with those essays that I want to make is going to be to include that personal narrative story to help make them feel like it's all the same channel, right? If you do that with the right lens, I feel like you can combine anything, including like anime, games, cards, whatever. Remains to be seen, though. Yeah, Caterpillar. I kept saying Caterpillar, but it's actually Caterpillar. Okay, you know what? You can still be a Caterpillar. I give you permission to be a Caterpillar. Yeah, this one is not what we want either, but I guess there's at least like a behemoth, right? Ooh, that's bold move coming from someone within behemoth range. Yeah, we can't beat a behemoth unless we go... See, that one was weird because we actually went a little out of sequence, but I don't hate the results. Got a pillar center square. When Fron comes on, he's not going to be playing unfair flips again. Honestly, I'm glad that he did play unfair flips. If only because I am still astounded that he did what he did. Right? If I give up this guy, I replay Zell. Yeah, lay a trap there. So we can actually go... Perfect, because now... It's a little unorthodox, but it works. Ow, 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 ow. I went to stretch and I accidentally bumped my sound in my headset. And it nearly blew out my eardrums. Guys, it's Friday. It's Friday and I am so tired and I am not going to be... And I am not expecting to get like a good rest over the weekend. Because we have Soroka visiting. But also, like, I've actually just done, like, a lot of socializing this week. Way more than I have in the past, several months, I think. Not, you know, family notwithstanding. And that's partially because, quite frank... Hold on, wait. I can't actually... because of that stupid water droplet, I can't actually take the Iron Giant. This sucks. Okay. So what do? What do? Okay, hold on. Take center stage. Can't... Wait, no, we can? This time it finally works out in our favor? Okay. So, Monday was like, you know, just... holiday, it's Victoria Day, husband gets to stay home, that's fine, that's great. Tuesday, that's a shopping day. That's fine, that's great, except because Victoria Day was on Monday, Costco was closed on Monday, which means that I'm doing all of my shopping on Tuesday with literally everyone else at the same time, which means parking lots are packed, and that is super stressful when I gotta drive a, you know, a big old girl car. Wednesday, we went out to that bar that we've been wanting to go out to. We went out there with wife. Wife was fretting because she was worried that our friends wouldn't show up, that she was there to meet with. Then we got there and no one was there. And, you know, it actually ended up being pretty nice because I told her, hey, you know what? When was the last time that we were out for a date? When was the last time that we actually just, like, did what, you know, couples can usually do and go out and just enjoy each other's company? Not like, you know, oh, we're tired, or oh, it's a special occasion, we just want to go eat as a family, and, you know, our husband is there and we're all there, we're all on our phones or whatever, and we're just there to, like, enjoy the food in peace. Not every dinner has to be a conversation piece. We don't normally spend our time talking until the food comes, because then we like to comment on the food itself. And my husband is absolutely, like, glued to his phone nonstop because he just spends all of his time either watching YouTube shorts or reading fics on AO3. But it was nice. It was nice to just, like, be at a bar, have a cider that my wife and I are sharing, share some tots, and just enjoy each other's company without the screen time or the, you know, the expectation of it being a nice restaurant. Like, you go to a bar to hang out with people and you get to just, like, hang out with a person and there happens to be food and drink involved. That's the beautiful part. And it was wonderful. And then people did show up and my wife got to play Magic and that was great. Meanwhile, I read, like, manga on my phone while she was enjoying Magic because playing old school and I wasn't really old school man. And then on Thursday, after stream, it was playing BG3 with Jess, Fron, and my wife. And I love playing BG3 with Jess, Fron, and my wife, but also... That is a lot. That is a lot to do. I guess the important thing is that we stopped putting junk into Jess's inventory. We kind of had this running thing where, you know, we were busy looting stuff, and then the only thing that we would, you know, find some of the time is just like rotten food. Like, that's just the thing that happens in BG3. You find rotted food a lot. And so it's like, well, you know what? Okay. I don't get to loot anything fun, but like I can at least turn this into a silly little thing. And so I just, you know, started casually sneaking them into Fron and Jess's inventory. And then Jess took exception to that. And that actually has gone on for like several of the play sessions, but only now do we actually have to like full on stop because Jess has just said like, nope, sick of this, please stop. We go, okay, you know what? Gotta respect that. Oh, there's another Illinois. If we can get this one, we'll only need 2 more after this. Play it smart, chat. Play it smart. Okay. Who takes... Interesting. Okay. So if I take Biggs and Wedge, they can't get Biggs and Wedge. Alright, that's Illinois numero 28. So let's go save real quick. 2 more. Just 2 more. Just 2 more. And then I gotta like look up how to get adamantine because I don't want to have to like card my stupid minotaur to get the adamantine. I would like to actually enjoy. What the fuck are you doing here, kid? Huh? Kids training. Not good. You know, Spawn was saying a bunch of stuff last time about like, you know, hindsight and destiny and all that. What do you think he was on about? Also, I've been playing FFA for like almost... No! My seed level! No! My seed level! No! 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 You know what? That's fine. That's fine. I don't need a million monies. I don't need a million monies. I already got my million monies and I could just like take quizzes to get it going again. You know what? I don't even care about my seed rank. It can crash for all I care. I get to play triple triad. And honestly, Squall's like what, 16? 15, 16, something like that? He should be playing card games. He should be playing card games. He shouldn't be leading an, you know, a student army. I don't think they even give college credits for that. Oh, FF8. I haven't seen this game played before. You've played 7, 10, 13. Only really hear people talk about 7 and 14. Lamau. Hey, Ori. Thanks for stopping by. And, yeah. Welcome to me playing my first non-14 Final Fantasy. Wild, huh? Also, I gotta think. What do I want? I could play the Mighty Brothers here. I think I want to. Right now we're playing Triple Triad because this is how we grind for Squall's ultimate weapon. I need more. Yeah, I'll take more Ruby Dragon, I guess. But no, kids should be playing card games. Maybe not like, you know, maybe not like being indoctrinated to buying booster packs per se, but like they should be doing stuff. They should be doing silly stuff. I saw a Tumblr post asking how, you know, people to share their experiences with basically being treated like, you know, small adults, having to like juice up their resumes, things like sports and extracurricular activities, all that good stuff. Okay, that's kind of how I wanted this to go. And it's like, yeah, actually, when you, I'm not saying, I don't know how many of this is actually like, you know, the majority of the kids. This is just like, you know, an anecdotal observation and stuff. But when you do grow up in an age where your parents are just like, do this to get into college, do this to get into college, do this to get into college, do all of the extra activities, do all of the sports, do all of the extra club presidents and stuff, and instruments and all that to get into college. When do you have time to just like be a kid? Because like that was something that I always thought I saw other kids doing that I can never do myself. There's the Eldol that we want. Like I was very much in the, you know, I am so busy doing sports that I don't really have like a lot of huge hobbies. Wait. Yeah, you can't win either way. And I think I joined the football team because I wanted to play football, but I never actually got to play football. So like, what could I have done with my life if I hadn't just like been dedicated to doing the sport, you know? I would have loved to have had the kind of life where I could just hang out with friends after school. But I never got that. And I assumed that the reason I never had that was because I couldn't drive till like my senior year. But now I don't know if that was so much the case. Although I definitely don't regret my, you know, my pre-professional internship program. Because that did get me a little insight into doing sports journalism and honestly convinced me, in part, that I really didn't want to do sports journalism. Not because I wouldn't have been passionate about it, but because I would have been too passionate about it, you know? Definitely one of those, you can't be a fan if you're gonna do the thing. And like, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. You should be a fan. You can be a fan and like, you know, not have it influence your work, but like, come on. Also, I need to do a quick card count. We're up to 29 of these. One more. Just gotta get one more, chat. And then we'll be able to get more later on. Like on disc 3, I want to say. I've got 50 hours in Final Fantasy VIII. And then I'm going to be able to eclipse that easily in Dragon Quest because it's just like all the fun grinding that we did. All the slots, all the dragons that we've hunted. Yeah, I'm starting to think that RPGs are pretty good actually. Caterpillar center stage. Alright, let the battle begin. Interesting move there. But what if, and consider... Wait, hold on. What if, actually... Can't beat me down there. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not as AFK as I would normally like with farming, but it works. It was kind of... If I have any regrets with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it's that I didn't play it for as long. Like, it's just that I didn't play it longer. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that in part because I am literally going to replay it on New Game Plus with my wife so I can share the story with her. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is just... I feel like I probably would have grown up loving RPGs a lot more if I could have just, like, stuck with them more. If I didn't drop them all the time, you know? Like, I absolutely would love a Tales of Symphonia. Also... Now, you get captured too. Unless... Oh, okay. Oh no! Oh no! That's bad, actually. That's bad. Alright, this one's gonna be a draw. That's fine. We didn't lose a card. That's the important thing. Remember when I almost thought that that I was supposed to be playing the other guy? No Endol's here, so we just want to make sure that we... Trust in the plan, chat. Trust in the plan. Stop deviating from the plan. Ooh, wait, hold on. We go down here. We get a free flip that they can't come back from. We get to make an offer that they can't refuse. Still not what we want, but soon. Soon. Just one more. One more, chat. I think there's a planeswalking element that I really like to these world-based video games. You play something like a Nova Drift, that is not a world-based game. That is an arcade-style game where you just, like, you boot up the game, and then you're instantly thrown into action. It is not, like, you know, based on a, quote, type of progression, actually. Kind of goes back to my theory about, like, you know, books versus arcade games. Hold on. If I do that, you get taken into... Oh, no, you didn't take it. No. Oh, shoot. It's fine. You're getting dicey, girl. You're getting dicey. Like, I said it in the Discord server. I think part of the fun of RPGs is getting to check out the worlds, right? It's getting a play space to go around and just, like, you know, poke and do whichever you want. You could think of it as like a playpen. Maybe that's a little infantilizing, but you can think about it like a playpen. And I'm kind of realizing that my most comfortable games are those games where I can, like, poke around and there's, like, a general direction of things that I should be doing. Like, there's a general goal of ideas. Too much freedom? Too much freedom is scary. Breath of the Wild scared me. Breath of the Wild scared me because, like, you know, there are monsters everywhere that can actually, like, kill me, and I can't just over-level myself to have a blast. Maybe I'll end up liking Fallout 4 because of this. Because apparently Fallout 4 has a very squished level line. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was also a little hard for me to get into the exploration because there were so many powerful monsters just, like, randomly around. I go into the first major area in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I got punched by a giant monkey. Punched to death. Had to start over. To the beginning. That is some bullshit right there. But also... Interesting. Interesting. Right now it's currently 5-5. Go here. They take the caterpillar. Now, shoot. This is tough. Because I'm going to take it. It's going to flip to 5-5. And then... Shit. I think I just got played, chat. I think I just got played. 5. Yep. I just got played the shit. Alright. That's my... for some... They took my top right slot. They took my top right slot and that cost me. So, say goodbye to the progress since the last one. Let's reboot this, shall we? Oh no. What the hell? Why? Why are you... For some reason the game was getting picked up on by my model cam on VTube Studio for I need to check this browser thing. And I'm just gonna double check. We should be on 29. Yep, we're still on 29, so we're good. Everything all right? Yeah, everything's fine. I just made a whoopsie. Well, no, I didn't like so much make a whoopsie, so much as the NPC fucking stole my strat, and I was not prepared to adapt, and we lost. So this is fortunately just the fail-safe state of, well, we're gonna reset to the last save, and we're just gonna pick up where we left off. We didn't lose like any real progress because we're still just farming for the, hey, Elno number 30. Works out. Lock in real quick. Think about it. Strategize. Take the card. Currently ahead. Nothing beats Trep if we take this card. And that's our absolute win. We're done grinding. Oh my god, we're done. We are done. We're done with the Illinois grind. Alright. Where is Elno 30? 10 will refine into 1 energy crystal. Alright. I'm gonna go save. I'm gonna go save immediately. And now we gotta figure out what we're gonna do about the adamantine. Once we have the adamantine, we can make Squall's ultimate weapon. The thing that will just let us booty blast any boss that we come up against. This is the best part of RPGs, chat. You can put in the work to become super powerful. And you are rewarded for your planning, strategy, and effort. Not like real life. Not like real life where something can arbitrarily decide that you fail. Alright, so I'm going to take a real quick look at how I'm supposed to spell the adamantine thing. 10 adamantines. Gotcha. Okay. How many do I need? Let's just go into Google real quick. Oh, wait, no. God, not Google. Not Google. Okay, let's see. Balls, ultimate. You need one adamantine? Or mug a monster called Adamantoise. You can fight these on the beach just outside of Dole. Mug a monster? Adamantoise? Outside of Dole? Sweet. I just need the one, right? Hey, Fron.
Wow.
Fron, it's Final Fantasy Friday.
It is. Should I play Final Fantasy or should I play more gambling?
I think you should play not Final Fantasy.
Oh boy, we're gonna play more gambling then.
Are you? I thought you were going to play Chrono Trigger.
Well, it gave you a binary option. You tried to pick a third option.
But Fron, that's how we carve our own future.
Sure.
Fron, I got demoted. A seed rank.
Well, yeah, you've just been sitting around playing card games forever.
But Fron, Squall's like 16. He should be just playing card games and having fun. He shouldn't be leading a student army.
Child soldier, PNC. Get in here, Hideo Kojima.
No. Also, we just got the last card that we needed to make the thing.
Oh boy.
Now I'm gonna drive the Balaam Garden over to Dolet, where apparently I can fight turtles to get the adamantine I need without destroying my Minotaur card.
Oh boy.
And once we do that, we can get Squall's ultimate weapon.
Or something like that.
Well, what do you mean, something like that?
I mean, you still gotta do it.
I mean, like, yeah. Alright, I gotta remember where Dolet is. Yes. Yes, my parties are already good. Oh, and I gotta remember how to drive the boat.
I'm pretty sure you just push forward.
Maybe. Maybe that's how it works.
Although here, you should do a thing.
What thing should I do?
The thing that I just did.
Oh, the thing that you just did?
The thing that I just did, yeah.
What did you just do?
She doesn't know, chat. She doesn't know.
She doesn't. She doesn't. She doesn't
Discord.
work good with cues.
Discord.
Discord. Oh hey, Chrono Trigger. Oh hey, I'm getting a request to do a thing with Francois. I should accept that. Have a shared chat once you're live.
Yes, and also once I get everything set up, because apparently stuff changed. That's fun.
Yep, what a concept. I could use a little
I
fuel
could
myself.
use a little fuel myself, but we
We
could
all
all
use a little.
Just a little change.
Well, the years stop coming and they don't stop coming.
How are we not sucking up? Ah! We literally don't even delay the call.
Fron, why is there a big red ship over there?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Being out of sync is part of the charm. I mean, like,
Ugh.
Ron's definitely out of sync with me. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh. Ow. Hurts. Friend, will I do this?
Hold on. How am I supposed to, like, disembark from Balaam?
Exit? Or however you're doing it now, it looks like.
I mean... So, like, I am here. Maybe I just, like, go back to where I was, actually. Like, maybe I can drop the school back where it was.
Well, you need to be over land to disembark first off. I think you were over the ocean.
I was at port. We'll see if this works. I guess strictly speaking, I could pilot the boat over the Julep, but like I want to try this now just to see if I can like actually get back on the land. Yeah, that works. That way I don't have to like wait to see if there's something weird going on.
Oh god. It feels like it's been longer than a week.
Kind of has been longer than a week, Fron.
Did we not stream last week?
I mean, We streamed last week, but last week you were streaming coin flipping.
Oh, I mean, I'm talking about just like getting set up and sending out all my messages and stuff for
What do
the
you
stream.
mean we can't go outdoors yet? What the fuck you talking about, old man?
I don't know. This is what you get for playing card games and not paying attention to the plot.
I was paying attention to the plot. I just forgotten the intervening card game week. Yeah, I don't remember what I was supposed to. Can someone check?
Oh, I need to actually add something.
I should probably just look it up, actually.
Because for anybody that's watching my stream, ka-chow!
Ka-chow?
I commissioned things. Now I'm a professional streamer.
What? Are you more Hans?
No.
Oh, actually,
I can't use that. I didn't pay Garden more to use that for making money. I paid Garden more so Jess could use Jess's to make money.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to like look this up real quick, just so I know what I'm supposed to be.
I feel like it would have been like select or something.
I mean, they don't have like, you know, goals or whatever. They don't tell you that no more.
That's fair.
Where to go after VIII launches? Also my map. Okay, there it is. Came back. Let's see. Back on Earth.
Should have done this already, but I didn't want to spoil the overlay.
No. I think this is a disc 2 walkthrough.
Well, you're on disc 2, so that would be good.
Fisherman's Horizon. There we go. Mobile Balaam Garden. Let's see what this says. Okay, upgrades to the ship on your fleet. Speak to Sophie. Do the little
What jam?
dance stuff.
And there. Now
Let's
I'm
see.
crediting Garden.
This new access that you have. Okay. Need is the new navigator of the Balaam Garden, which will function as your first mobile ship that can use to get around the world. The world of Final Fantasy VIII does not have a name like some of the previous worlds used in the series. The world of Final Fantasy VII is called Gaia, and the world of 6 is referred to as Ruin.
Well, that's like.
I'm just
half
reading the
correct.
guide.
I know, and I'm judging the guide.
I was gonna say, you don't have to argue with the guide, Fron. You can let this go.
No, I refuse. Final Fantasy is literally my thing.
This new access that you have to the world of Final Fantasy VIII opens up several side quests that you can complete at this point in the game. Note that all these side quests are optional, but none of them are too challenging. It is recommended that you complete as many of them as you can to get the full experience of Final Fantasy VIII. Check the side quest guide. That's
Wonderful. What you got? Y'all are gonna be able to see when my controller disconnects now. It won't just be me sputtering over losing control of the game.
Oh, that's right. I found out that apparently you can just like turn cards into items that you can use to upgrade your girlfriends. Like you can use that
Correct.
to teach them abilities. What the fuck?
Correct.
That's so
Triple
cool.
Triad is like incredibly important to the game, but also never really discussed how incredibly important to the game it is.
Yeah. Okay. So it's definitely going into stuff like that. But like enough with the side quest stuff. Like tell me where I'm strict. Oh, that's if you travel to the beaches and around. Vitality 60 plus ability. Holy shit. More Shumi side quests. Oh. I can go find Odin in Phoenix apparently.
Correct. You're gonna go get Odin.
Well, might as well do that. Oh, and you can get Togberry?
Yeah. I mean, Hero, you still need to figure out how to get out of the ship first.
That's true.
You should also be able to get Gigantar.
The mobile Gabbardine Guardian is flying nearby. Adds all to your party before you enter the town. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about how to actually get off the boat. So,
Might literally just be go to the entrance and leave.
I tried that.
You may be overthinking this.
I hope I am. I hope I am just overthinking this, as is so often the case when I try and do stuff like this.
Have you tried pressing, like, select when you're in flight mode? Or have you tried, like, pressing X when you're in flight mode?
Let's try, I guess. Nope. Select is the map.
Okay.
Pause is pause.
Okay.
Triggers and shoulders don't do anything.
That's not surprising.
Triangle is go backwards. Square is go forwards. Circle brings me back to the cockpit.
Okay, you checked every button but the one I told you to.
Which one? Which was?
X, the fourth face button.
God damn it! What the fucking hell?
Oh, God, Hero, what am I gonna do with you?
Love me, feed me, never leave me.
No, you have a husband and a wife for that.
Okay, so well, now that I'm actually, like, you know, capable of steering a boat, let's go do the thing. Let's go do the, wait, hold on. Where's Dolet? Dolet should be across the sea over there. That's Timber. There's Dolet. Alright. Beep beep, motherfuckers! No!
Oh, no, you know what it is? It's Adia's seeds.
Oh, it's Adia seeds. Gotcha. Yeah, I got other stuff I gotta do.
Well, you already dealt with them. They wanted alone. Not to be left alone. They wanted alone.
Ah, Naruhodo. Let me into your ship, Harbor. No! Okay,
I
apparently...
need to remember, though, the next time I need to go beat Lavos is.
Okay, so apparently I gotta take the long way around. Train! Ron, I just saw a train. No! I'm too fat to get into the canyon to follow the train! Stupid train. God damn it! I literally cannot fit past the canyon. What is this bullshit?
Great teleporter right after finishing.
Okay.
Oh no!
If I go around this way? Nope, that's not what I meant. Yeah, you go, you train. You go, train.
I don't remember. I might have just screwed up getting one of the endings.
Oh no! Also, I literally cannot. So I guess I'll just have to, like, settle down right here on the overworld and then hoof it.
Forget where you put your airship.
I don't have an airship yet. I have a mobile fortress school, apparently.
Sure. Don't forget where you put your mobile fortress school.
I'll try. Alright, so here's Dolet. Supposed to be beaches here that have monsters. Allegedly.
I mean, they probably mean outside of Dolet, not inside the town.
See, I was thinking that too, but I was like, I couldn't see anything that I would think would qualify as like a beach, unless it's like talking about just like the thing, this area over here. Gotta find turtle. Nah, this ain't turtle. Barely qualifies as Earth.
I don't know, looks like a tasty triple triad card to me.
Assuming that doesn't just die from Zell.
But that's the XP that you don't need.
It died in one shot. Well, anything that was going to die in one shot was going to be worth a lot of XP in the first place. Or
maybe you're just jacked because you have Firaga's junction to your attack.
True. Also, Fron, I did get some clarification on how the GFing works.
Okay.
So.
Oh, the abilities thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read. That's what I should have thought of. I just haven't dealt with a game that's done that in so long. I forgot about it.
All right, now Zell's got
for anybody in
60%.
Yeah, for anybody in chat, it's that abilities of different percentage increases will stack. Though that might not be 60% hero.
I mean, I know why you say that, but we don't know that it's not totally additive.
I mean, I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm just saying it might not.
It's true. It might not be. Wait, hold on. Maybe it's the beach that's over here. That's a beach that's near Dolet.
There's a beach that's near Dolet.
That is a beach near Dolet. Wow. That's a whole mob of them. And Zell's gonna murder them all if I let him.
Zell doesn't have a multi-hitting attack. I'm sure someone else can get in a good hit before then.
Fortunately, we have Renoa. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
No, everything else is Angelo.
That is a good dog. And hopefully this gets me the ability to, you know, mug.
You know what? Let's just sit. Let's wait for the other way to get out of jail.
Get out of jail free card?
Something like that. I could either annoy the guards and then bop them on the head like I did on the first run, or I could wait and just let them execute me.
I mean, that is a decision that you definitely have the ability to do.
It's true. I'm doing it now. Days remaining until my execution. 1.
Oh, what? This thing has Cura?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, you have a unlimited supply of Kiragas, so I don't know why you really care, but yeah.
I mean, because I just need something for Zell to do. I could skip Zell's
Fair
turn,
enough.
but like, I might as well, you know?
You could press triangle and potentially defend.
I don't think he has a defend command.
I mean, many people think that about many Final Fantasy games, and they're incorrect. I don't actually know about 8, though.
No, in 8 is an actual command that you have to, like, set.
Blasphemy.
Strange, no? Get in the Pokeball. I did it! I caught 3 new cards!
Oh boy.
Just 1 Adamantine, Fron. 1 Adamantine. We're good.
Look at this hallway we see nowhere else in the game. Hello, Kefka.
Wah, wah, wah.
Laugh, it was Kefka's. Clearly that was Kefka in that cell.
Turtles!
See, this kingdom has some brains. They locked up the crazy murderous clown.
No, Zell, no!
Do I have any last words? Sir, I'm a silent protagonist.
It's true. You know what? I'm gonna let Zell punch one of them just to check. Ooh, excellent. They live.
So, what do you think of my disposable Zonker 38? Pretty cool, huh?
Oh, right, because they're turtles. They probably have super high defense.
Potentially.
Hey, Fron, do you remember that scene from One Piece where it's like, oh my god, these things healed for 4,000?
Dang.
Oh, right, I forgot I gave Renoa the ability to summon GFs. Wrong. I can summon a GF.
You can. You can summon a GF. Oh my god, I forgot there's combats that you, like, can do here. If you take this path out. There's, like, extra combats that you don't normally encounter. Oh, no, actually, wait. No, I think you do normally encounter that one. Never mind, what am I talking about?
By the way, fill me in. What happened last night with BG3 stuff after we logged off?
Oh, the game crashed. I went to go do some inventory management and stuff at the camp, and I did a thing, and the game crashed, and then I stupidly hit the verify files button, and had to wait an hour for the game to verify its files. And then I loaded in, I tried to redo the thing that I did, it crashed again. I figured out the exact cause, which I refuse to tell you because it's way funnier if you just understand that death fish magic is what caused it. And I proceeded to put myself in a situation where I didn't have to deal with that thing anymore, and did all that party management I wanted to do.
I.e., fish. Diablos.
Good or evil.
Diablos learn mug.
Cool. Diablos should learn reduce encounter.
That is true. That is true. I need to turn off. I need to turn that off so I can get maximum turtle.
Well, it shouldn't be reduced. Well, Diablos should be no encounter.
Well, he starts with encounter half, and then you can start learning encounter none.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. What an unrealistic game. If that turtle bites you, they'll never let go. See, it's true. It's also unrealistic because, like, you know, we're not in New York. Actually, hold on.
What do you mean by that?
Who is... Okay, Renoa? Junction onto Renoa. Okay, we can work with that. Wait, hold on. Sandwich also gotta learn some stuff. Sam! We can go get Odin and Tomberry in Phoenix. Guess what we're gonna do today?
Oh, she usually asks me that.
Great Junction. Find medicine from an item? Might as well.
Yeah, okay, I think I missed the opportunity to do one of the endings, but it's fine because I'm rotating my saves.
Yay!
And the game doesn't really care about which save file you do it in.
Yay! Okay, so I need to junction Renoa. I need to swap out... Change attack to mug? Oh, that's so funny.
About that.
Find Hinsea's draw point. Excellent quote. Actually, I want to check. Did I have like anything fun on Squall that I just... Bit plus 20, magic plus 20? Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Sweet. Alright.
I just hear, did I have anything on? And my almost immediate response was, here, this game doesn't have equipment.
I mean, yeah, but now I can mug the turtles, Fron. So make.
I mean, I don't know why you do that to them. They're an endangered species, hero.
Not these ones.
They're gonna be.
Wait, those aren't turtles. Those are unloaded frillfish things.
Yes, that.
Oh,
they're under the ground.
Yeah. Okay.
You are 100% correct, though. They did that by literally just hiding most of the model, because that model is definitely floating, or that fin is definitely floating above the ground.
Could not steal. IOC, do not steal.
Well, then why do you have mug equipped, huh?
I don't even know at this point. Angelo!
It wasn't the enemy you need, so good dog. It was the enemy you needed, bad dog.
Alright, we got a card. We got a Fasticiliocon C card. Stole 2 fish fins!
Those words.
Stole 2 fins off that fish! Isn't that what kids say nowadays? Mogging the turtles? Do they say that?
I mean, some of those words are the things kids say nowadays.
True.
I don't think children know what turtles are anymore.
I
The
don't think so
education
either.
system's really bad here, Sam.
Oh man, I'm getting cards and I'm getting their stuff.
I'm just assuming fish fins are what their card turns into. I could be totally wrong.
I think that is what they turn into. I'll have to double check. Okay, there we go. Wait, no, they turn into something else, I think, actually. Ah, okay. So the link for the Discord link is posting correctly again. Excellent. But it's only visible on my channel. I'm gonna say they would know kids watch Dragon Ball, but they don't. They don't watch TMNT either. That'd be true.
And that would require a TMNT cartoon to be ongoing currently, and also DBC to not be waiting for its next season.
These fish are like sand sharks, Fron.
Yes, they're sandfish.
But like, why are they sandfish?
I mean, why are we here at all, Hero? Just to suffer.
No! Life is what we choose to make of it.
I one-shot this tank, and now I'm gonna stab it.
Yay! Where do kids see turtles nowadays? I mean, like, in Ohio, we actually had like quite a few local turtles in the reptile house. A lot of box turtles and stuff like that. I think there might have been a snapper. Sand fish? Don't sand your friends. You can sand your friends, but you can't sand a fish.
No, I mean, I think you can. I think that's actually an interesting way to cook fish. It's like burying them in hot sand.
That fish has nothing! There's nothing for that fish to steal!
I mean, I don't know why the fish would be stealing from you in the first place.
No, I'm stealing from that fish. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have so many
Well, that
fish
just seems
cards.
impractical.
Hey, Fron, do you think these fish can synchro summon?
I absolutely believe these fish can synchro summon, even if this game existed before synchro summoning.
That reminds me, the OCG manga is almost caught up in terms of like the translation backlog.
Not how I read it, because it's all messed up because of weird website formatting.
Huh. The translator that's
So,
posting
like,
to the Mihon app started doing the current chapters whenever they get released, and then works on the backlog in between. So now there's like a 2-chapter gap between the backlog and when they started doing the current chapters.
Hero, you understand Mihon isn't a source of people translating. It's a way to source out translations from other websites on the internet, right?
Yes.
So what? So you didn't say what source you're using that's doing the translation or where they're posting it.
Because I don't know what it is.
Okay, as long as we're on the same page about that.
But also, those fish turn into a water crystal.
The Squall's like the summer version of Babanshi, who could turn people into cards, I suppose? I mean, Babanshi turned them into stickers. Also, they did that like one time in the intro of that summer event, and then basically didn't bring it up again.
Ron, that water crystal that I turned the fish into taught Quistis how to use Aqua Breath.
Oh boy, that's like the first blue magic spell that everyone knows by default, usually.
Usually, but not this time.
Clearly, Kisis is the worst blue mage. Turtle.
Actually, hold on. So, like, every unique blue mage in Final Fantasy, I only know Quistis and the cat thing from 10.
Wow, rude. So blue magic started back in Final Fantasy 3. Or not 3, 5, with blue mage. Final Fantasy 6 has Strago, the blue mage. Final Fantasy 7 has the enemy skill materia. Final Fantasy 8 has Keystis. Final Fantasy 9... I think has blue magic. I just can't think of who it is off the top of my head. No, you know what? Maybe they don't. Final Fantasy X has Kamari. Final Fantasy XI has a whole class about it. And then 12 doesn't have it, I think. 13 doesn't have it. 13.2 lets you like recruit monsters. 13.3, I have no idea. 14 has Blue Mage, and then 15 doesn't have a lot of things, and then 16 technically the entire game the entire game is kind of being a Blue Mage, in a way.
16?
Yeah.
The one where they turn into the summons?
Yeah.
Blue Magic started with Gargamel created Smurfette? True!
That's a statement.
It's a statement of all time. Come on, get in the Pokeball. Get in the Pokeball. Get in the Pokeball before my dog kills you. The turtle has nothing! Nothing, Fron, nothing!
I mean, you sure you had to steal from it? Are you sure you're in the right level range?
That's true. That's true. I might not be in the right level range.
Wow. I mean, asking for AI viewer stream bots, that's just, like, very obviously against US. Why would you even try that bot?
Yeah, why
like,
would you
who
try
would agree
that
to
bot?
that? I mean, is that like a Twitch honeypot? I feel like this is Twitch honeypot. Twitch, are you trying to honeypot me? You're not gonna get away with it. I'm not that dumb.
So apparently, like, if you want to actually use good honey in a recipe, the method is, like, use it as drizzle or as a replacement for sugar. That's crazy to me.
Why? It makes perfect sense.
Angelo!
Fine.
I don't
Keep
know.
your secret.
I don't know. It's just like, for some reason, I never really considered it like a glizzy glaze type thing.
Well, it's usually used as a drizzle topping for desserts and sweets. It is a component in marinades because it is a sugar, which means it can be caramelized for texture and flavor. And then it's used as a replacement for sugar because it is just, you know, sugar itself still.
Yeah, and then Sam's right. Americans use corn syrup instead of sugar, which is true. But, like, I don't know why I never really thought of it that way.
I mean, one, that's an overgeneralization, Sam, but I'm not going to be that angry for you. I'm just going to say that. And two, I don't use corn syrup when I cook. God, why would I do that? That's disgusting. I just use sugar instead most of the time if I need it in a recipe.
Get in the card, you damn turtle!
God, I wish I had more time to cook. God, I wish my back didn't hurt.
I have time to cook. Be nice if I could be compensated in ways that weren't just like saving money.
I mean, what do you mean? You get tons of compensation for it, being having the thanks and love of your two partners.
But that doesn't give me spending cash.
Well, I mean, no, but it saves your husband spending cash.
I know.
Which actually could convert into spending cash for you, or nice things for you.
Unfortunately, that is not tangibly visible, and therefore it does not exist.
I said potentially.
Wall, no!
Oh no, he's been enraged.
He has been. He's so angry. These turtles just like have nothing, Fron. They got nothing on them.
I mean, I think the level select or the level range matters for if the enemy shows up or not if you can steal from it.
Yes and no. With the Balaam Rexars, they actually did need to be at level 20 or above before they would start dropping the Dragon Fangs.
Oh, okay. Well, dropping are part of their table period.
Part of their... What's the difference?
theoretically, it could like have it added to its drop table at that point, but it could have had it in its like steal table, because those are not the same thing.
I guess theoretically, but it was
not theoretically. Like they aren't the same thing. The way the Final Fantasy games are programmed.
Okay, I'm going to take your word for it, because the point of what I'm saying is, it was not possible for me to get the Rexar according to the guys that I was reading until it hit level 20.
Yeah,
now
yeah,
it was saying specifically that I needed to mug them, but I got them. But I got the drop from carding them. So who knows?
Surprising this is a safer way to get a card than going to Walmart where someone could punch you. I mean, I feel like you're overestimating how aggressive people are about cards in a majority of the United States. Like, it isn't full-out fist fights here most of the time.
Ron, does blind ever like wear off naturally?
I don't know. Oh, that's right. I need to go read the guy, talk to the dead guy.
Okay,
Most
you know
is
what?
the word. Hey, I'm not saying it never happens. I'm just saying I think you might be over anticipating how often it happens.
I need Squall to get back to carding people.
S-A-Y-B.
Oh no! My second monitor popped in and out.
Why have you enraged the turtles?
I didn't! They did that by themselves!
They cast Berserk on themselves?
Apparently.
The heck?
Look, I don't claim to understand how turtles work.
Well, I mean, Sam could probably explain that to us.
Sam probably could.
Sam, how do turtles work?
They have shell, and then they are friend, except when they are not friend.
I disagree with that second assertion.
You sure? Turtles can be little bastards.
No, the first part of it. That's the part that I actually think is the truth, rather than the thing that you said.
True. Turtles are not friend. They are food.
It's like birds. Birds are assholes. And anyone that says otherwise is part of the AV Illuminati.
What about Hanses?
Hanses are horrific abominations against nature. Like, I am 1000% with Lila on that one.
Turtles are fans of the works of Kentaro Miura. Therefore, they can go berserk on demand. I got that reference.
Feels like it took you a second, though.
I mean, like, it did, because, like, you know, it's been a while since I've read Berserk, and and I'm not good with, like, names.
I feel like it's also fair to just say that you don't immediately off the top of your head understand that the Berserk spell means Anki. Considering I don't think that... I mean, it exists in 14, but, like, not commonly.
Nah, not really. But it might exist in 11.
Actually, I guess technically very commonly, because it's I think Berserk is literally Warrior's auto-crit skill.
That reminds
me. But, like...
Ron?
Yeah.
Remember when I told you that wife was very disappointed with the fact that she cannot be a femme giant person?
I'm gonna say yes, because I feel like this is new information.
Okay, well she
But
wanted...
you're volunteering it on stream, so I'm just gonna say yes.
She wanted to be the FF11 equivalent of Ephemero, but that's...
Oh, okay. That's significantly more context to what you were saying, rather than just saying, my wife is sad because she cannot be giant strong woman.
I thought for some reason I said FF11, but I must have, like, skipped that part.
You immediately started it after FF11. The context was there. It just didn't click.
Anyway, wife wanted to be FF11 Femro, but Femro is not a thing because they are gender locked to being men. The wife has elected that when we do start playing FF11, you will be Potato.
Oh, I thought it was the jobs, or the... No, it wouldn't have been the jobs. Huh, that's really weird. Well, I guess it's not really weird. It's the person that advocated for not making male Vieira because of actual cultural setting things that had been stated about them, but... Yeah, you know, not that I don't think Bunny Boy people should be happy, it literally was a whole thing of, like, male Vieira are really rare, and they're specifically hidden from society because of that.
And then people went, don't care, give us bum boys.
Yeah, they did, and you know what? Fair. I just don't have to be happy about it.
It's true. Ukulele music. All she wants to do is see her wife turn into a giant woman.
Whoa, 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 whoa. We didn't say Hera wanted to see this. I'm sure she does, but I'm just saying, you're making an assumption here.
Nope. I mean, yes, but, like, it's a correct assumption, so...
I mean, does that make assuming any better?
In this case, yes, because it shows that they know exactly my taste.
Ha.
See, assumptions that are correct are okay, because it shows an understanding of the person that you're making an assumption about, and therefore it shows an affirmation of, like, who you are as a person. When you make an assumption about someone and it's wrong, then it's insulting, because it's like, wow, you don't actually know me at all.
I feel like when you have to put an asterisk on a statement, the statement might not be true.
It's called nuance.
That's fair. I can, in fact, read between the lines. They're nice and snuggly.
Those were good lions. Turn into a goddamn card already, you goddamn turtle!
God, remember when these enemies were pushing me to the edge of death every single battle, and now I'm one-shotting them?
Nope.
God, I love New Game Pluses.
As they said in the Amazing Digital Circus, assuming it's bad because it makes an ass of you and Ming.
Yeah, screw Ming. Also, I'm sad. If Blue was here, Blue would have loved that.
Wait, hold on. Wasn't Digital Circus the one where people were getting mad that the main character was getting screen time or something?
That
is like
I don't want to get into the drama. The drama has pushed the creator to not want to interact with their own series.
Ouch.
To extensively boil it down, it was people were getting mad that there are two main characters when they did not want or believe that there were two main characters.
Hmm. Grub attitude.
It really is. There's a very nice video I was watching on the way home, or listening to on the way home, I should say, about Jujutsu Kaisen and the death of media literacy, and I feel like the situation with Amazing Digital Circus is another great example of stupid people trying to say that they understand media and just not understanding media in the slightest.
Also, I need to do a double check. Are these actually...
I mean, fair, Sam. There are probably a lot of people that are angry about that too, but I don't know if it's a Venn diagram or a singular circle with the thing that I said. I just know the thing that I said is also part of it. It's probably some form of Venn diagram. Those circles might be pretty extensively overlapping, unfortunately.
Okay, that's an Adamantoise turtle. But I guess I carded one and then turned into not a turtle? Weird.
No, it should have turned into... You can't get cards from...
I got a Sphinxara for some reason.
Oh. Wait, what the... What?
Yeah, I got a Sphinxara for some reason.
Huh. Well, what does it turn into?
Good question.
Sphinxara
turns into a G Mega Potion.
G Mega Potion. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Oh well, I guess I'll just have to mug more turtles.
I was under the impression that everything turned into a card of whatever it was, but I guess that is not the case. That would make too much sense.
True. Also, I got a leg.
It's not like there's not a large number of cards in the game.
Alright, where's my Asuna magic?
Andable. But yeah, the video about media literacy and JJK basically boiled down to people reading spoilers and then coming into the actual chapters with preconceived notions and not actually processing the concepts or the things in the chapter and just getting pissed off that the thing that they wanted to happen didn't happen.
Weird.
Or the thing they wanted to happen and thought was going to happen didn't happen. Which is weird to me, because I never dealt with this because I wasn't engaging with the leaks, and every time people got butthurt about something in the series, I looked at it and went, either I don't care, or are we reading the same story? I don't think we are.
The whole media literacy thing is weird. Because, like, it's not... Okay, so this is, like, tangential to what you're saying, but it's also, like... I've been watching quite a few essays on, like, what's causing this issue and the different, like, things that are going on with it. And what my takeaway here is that it's not just, like, media literacy. Sometimes it is. Often it is. But then there's also just, like, issues of literally people being lied to, right? Because it's not media literacy if you're trying to, like, dispel people from, like, the things that they read that are just, like, out-and-out lies, and they're quoting them as though they're facts. That's bad stuff. Yeah. And then there's also, like... And then on top of that, there's also, like, the moralizing aspect of... Okay. If I see it... I saw a short, just to, like, use this as an example, of person talking to author and being like, hey, is this based on you? Is this based on real things? And the author trying to be like, no, it's fiction. And they're being like, but you had the main character steal from their grandma. Why did you steal from your grandma? And it's like, this goes beyond media literacy. This goes into trying to take fictional work as a testament of moral standing. And that goes beyond...
I've seen the one that you're talking about of the, like, oh, you would steal from your grandmother. No, I wouldn't. Well, then why did you write a character that would do that? Well, I'm not my character. And exactly. That one I don't agree with, but I at least, like... I can see the point that somebody's trying to make there. It's just an incredibly naive and non-nuanced point. It's just assuming that someone can't write anything outside of their own perspective, which is stupid.
Yeah. But it's also just like, oh no, Renoa killed the fish.
Good job, Renoa.
That was a critical hit mug.
Well, I mean, do you have steel? Steel wouldn't be dealing damage to them.
I have mug. I don't have steel.
I don't remember if there's actually steel in Final Fantasy VIII. I know that there's at least one Final Fantasy game that's weird and, like, only has mug.
Sandwich learned another skill. That was easy. Counter VIII. No, not even VIII, just like VIII. You know what? Go ahead and start learning.
I mean, loving a piece of work, but not a character but not a specific character in it actually isn't that weird, Sam. Or at least in my opinion, it's not that weird.
Do you know how dead media literacy is? There's an Argentinian comic called Mafalda. Magic penis, but make the characters talk about, like, things he would say during the Red Scare. And a woman who said she loved that comic, but not the main character because she was too much of a communistoid. Okay, so, like, repeat what you said, Fron.
As a general concept, it's not that weird to like a story or like a piece of media, but not like the character in it, or even the main character of it. That's not necessarily saying that that woman is acceptable, and that this one is just going. That general idea isn't that weird. That person's still an idiot.
That much is probably true. Also,
Like,
most of the
there's
matches.
plenty of manga that I really, really enjoy, but I don't like the main character that much. Granted, I usually will not keep reading a series if I don't enjoy the main character, because they're the main character. And if I don't enjoy them, I'm probably not going to enjoy a lot of the content of the story as well.
Okay, Fron. None of my girlfriends appear to have Steel, but Shiva does have Doom.
Yeah, but she already learned Doom.
Yeah, she has Doom.
She can't learn Doom again.
Well, she doesn't need to learn Doom again, she just has Doom.
Yeah, but you want to learn Doom.
But I already learned Doom.
Yeah, so you can't learn Doom anymore. So you can't accomplish wanting to learn Doom.
But that's fine, because I don't need to learn it again, because I already have it, Fron.
You gotta walk without rhythm, hero. You gotta walk without rhythm.
The rhythm of the streets?
Well, no, I was going with a Dune reference because we were saying Doom so much.
Oh, right. You know, I've only ever seen the movie, like, the 2 times. And, and then the second movie, like, the once. Also, yeah, you're right, Ori. Most of the time is doing some heavy lifting there, Fron.
How's my codex? I haven't opened it yet. I was contemplating opening it today on stream, but I have a lot of stuff over in my area that I do the hand cam in, and also the hand cam may have been crashing my computer.
I just need one adamantine. One adamantine.
So currently I still have a sealed Strixhaven codex bundle.
No, wait, Squall, no! You're supposed to card them, not hit them!
Minor pack that makes you feel any better, Matt, is how I felt about my box of collector's packs.
How were the collector's packs, Fron? I saw the box, but I don't think I ever heard what you got from them.
The bundle or the actual collector's pack box?
The Circuit City thing.
Oh, I haven't opened it yet. I just said that. I was contemplating opening it tonight on stream, but I don't feel like it. And also, as I said, the hand cam area is currently full of cards, and also I believe hand cam was crashing my computer.
Why you got hand cams gotta be so hard to set up?
It's not the hand cam, it's I think it's the specific USB port on my computer is does not like having things plugged into it on startup.
I mean, right? But I'm also like, I've tried setting up hand cams and it's been a pain for me too. For different reasons, but still a pain.
No?
If I could do a hand cam, I could do so many things. I could build a gun plug called the G-Fred and a frame.
I think you can do that without the hand cam. You just can't do it on stream.
That's what I'm saying.
Does Magic have a website, even a fan-made one, where you can register all your cards? Yeah, plenty. Multiple. Several.
I mean, I wouldn't say that
plenty
Magic
amount.
itself has them, but there are definitely services that do that.
Well, I'm taking it as does Magic, as does the community in general. Well, Sam said a fan-made one.
I mean, yeah, there's fan-made one, but like, if I hear someone say, "Does Magic have?" I'm assuming that that they're talking about like the official WotC stuff.
Well, yeah, but Sam clarified though.
Well, that's why they said even a fan-made one. Right?
Yeah, they clarified. Didn't have to be official.
I'll official you. I'll show up to your wedding and I'll officiate. I'll wear the suit and everything.
Oh, you believe I could have a relationship? That's so nice of you.
Why wouldn't I? You are an excellent man, Francois. Any woman would be lucky to have you as their partner.
I appreciate that you think that.
Any woman that can put up with your tisms.
Oh, come on, I didn't
absolutely.
touch that. The community, I mean, I wouldn't trust Hasbro with anything. Honestly, Hasbro, yes. Wizards of the Coast, they're not terrible a lot of the time.
100% disagree. Big corporation is a big reason why Magic the Gathering is pushing out so much more product right now, and so much of its collab stuff.
Yeah, Hasbro. Hasbro's the problem there.
Hasbro is the big push, but WotC CEO and executives are complicit.
I don't know really how they're gonna push back. Like, I'm not trying to disagree with you on here. You are 100% right, but I'm also sort of going like, if they say no, Hasbro very likely will just fire them and find someone who will say yes. That's kind of a problem with capitalism in general.
You know what, Fron? You were absolutely correct. Someone who capitulates without any sort of a fight is absolutely better than the person who stands for their principles.
I mean, you know I'm not saying that either, but I did walk into that one. I'm saying it's frustratingly nuanced, because I really wish it wasn't. I really wish it was not the truth.
Frustrating with an asterisk?
ABYY. No, just frustrating. Like, I just wish the world did not work that way. No asterisk, no signifier on that one. It's awful and I hate it.
Ron, I'm getting so many girlfriend points.
Guess what starts next week? I know! I'm so happy. Hero, do you know what starts next week in Final Fantasy XIV?
Is it the Make It Rain campaign?
It is the Make It Rain campaign.
That's so much gold saucer stuff that I'm not going to be doing.
Aww. That's unfortunate. You're gonna miss out.
I mean, like, I probably should be, but it's like, I don't know. I already do, like, stuff to farm MGP on a slow, consistent grind basis. I don't really feel the need to, like, do all the huge mini stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's 100% fair. I'm mostly yanking your chain on that one. It is a lot to do. I mean, I haven't been doing nearly as much in 14 just because of how tired I've been with work and everything.
Yeah, it's been so easy.
Yeah, I do have to do the 11 collab still. I actually, for some reason, was thinking it was MSQ locked because I hadn't seen anything post about where it was like I had every single other event. So thank you for telling me it was in Limsa, Sam. Yeah, if for anybody that's done it in any of the 5 times the Final Fantasy XI event has run before, it does not give rewards again, but you can run it again. But that's mostly because it gives an achievement and outfit glam pieces, and those glam pieces can be bought again from the Calamity Salvager, I would assume.
I accidentally ran into one of the FF11 collab fates yesterday. That was wild.
Oh, is that what that thing was from?
No, that was not where that thing was from. That was one of those new mobs that they put into Gridania Forest. But then after that, I ran into one of the FF11 fate collabs. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Because I completely missed the memo, don't you know?
Well, I mean, I did the same thing with the Idol event in Ul'dah, but that one is a little bit easier because you don't expect a fate to be in a town.
That's true. Wait, no, didn't. Oh, right. So, like, yes, I agree. You don't normally expect to see fates in the town, which is why it surprised me when they did it for Little Ladies Day and the Idol Fest.
Did they do it for Little Ladies Day was the Idol Fest, wasn't it?
Yeah. Where you got to wear, like, the special shirt and you had to, like, try and match the colors with the person you wanted to cheer for.
I thought that was fun. I had a bunch of fun doing that, but I think I had a bunch of fun doing that because I was doing it with people. Pulled a $130 card from Mystery Box 2. Nice! I still haven't opened mine because I still want to try and find 2 other people to draft it with. ABYX.
Mighty X.
So the clothes you get for the Final Fantasy XI collab, I believe, are actually a cosplay outfit for one of the characters from Final Fantasy XI.
Huh. Everybody's
Like,
getting on the Final Fantasy XI bandwagon. Don't you want to as well?
I mean, yeah. That's why I brought it up to you, and then you included your wife.
You brought it to me, and then I brought it to the wife, and wife was like, "Absolutely, I want to join in." And then we were like, and then I remember you being like, "Well, what?"
Well, yeah, because you brought it up at one point, like back out of nowhere or something. I forget exactly what it was. Like it was more one of those. I just didn't realize it was what you were talking about in that singular instance situations.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Ah, you're fine. I do it too. I mean, the thing that you do, the important thing that anybody does in those situations is just not get angry about it. Go, hold on, I don't understand what you're saying. Please explain.
Wait, no, I don't understand what you're saying. Please explain.
Damn, you'll follow instructions now. Oh, no, it was. No. It was you and me that did. It was you and me that didn't follow Jess's instructions last night when we were recording. That was what it was.
Yeah, it's true. I was not in actually mode.
Oh yeah, first quadruple nines, heck yeah!
Which in my defense, like, come on, Jess.
Ooh, the foiled command tower with the special art from the Mystery Booster, nice. I mean, Jess wasn't asking that. He was asking us to just jabber.
Yeah, but like, you know.
Yeah.
Then it got followed up with, nope, you got the wrong answer. You got the wrong answer. Yes, there's a reason I put a rotten tomato in your bag last night.
Caitlin followed up with that, not Jess.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna do that to my wife.
Bias? Your bias is showing.
Hey, I proudly admit my bias. That's why we test to try and screen that out. You show me one person in the world who doesn't subject themselves to bias, and I will show you a filthy liar.
I can show you a bunch of people that think they don't have bias and genuinely do mean that truthfully and honestly.
Yeah.
Potentially because of misinformation about what bias includes.
But that's the exact thing, right? Like, they think that they're unbiased, but the fact is, it's impossible to be free of bias.
Yeah.
Alright, Zell. Punch a turtle, punch a turtle, punch the turtle, punch the turtle. Work the shell, work the shell.
I don't know if you can say that on Twitch.
Honestly, you can say almost whatever you want on Twitch. Now I
Sure.
say that willfully ignoring some of the absolute worst things that you could be saying on Twitch, because when I think of saying anything on Twitch, I just mean, like, you know, saying a swear. Just forgetting that you know, there are some genuinely awful things that one could say and should almost definitely be kicked off the platform for.
Oh, I'm gonna harm the heck out of them R-66Y. I'm gonna beat him senseless. I'd say I'd beat him black and blue, but they're all already blue.
Hey, Fron.
Yeah.
What do you think would be the best black-blue Universes Beyond commander or commander?
I guess technically that's a clear enough question. Like, competitive?
No, I just mean, like, the best at utilizing Universes Beyond cards.
Does
Like-
it have to be only black-blue?
Yes. For the purposes of this thought experiment, imagine what the best black-blue commander at utilizing Universes Beyond cards would be.
Probably the Spooderman one, just because it's like a good card, and it's the only like monumentally legendary good card I can think of off the top of my head.
The Superior Spider-Man?
Yeah, the mind-bitten guy.
I don't think that's wrong. I think that's a good answer.
Because Blue-black Sephiroth from the structure decks probably wouldn't be terrible. There wasn't a blue-black legend in the 14 deck.
No, there was. There was blue-black Emmett Selk.
Oh, he's actually not terrible, but like if you want to add as many Universes Beyond cards as possible, I don't think he's a great choice.
I feel like there was wasn't there something in Doctor Who?
Yeah, but that would require me to know those cards. There was a bunch of stuff in Doctor Who, and a lot of it is fun, but a lot of it wants to specifically play with the Doctor Who cards.
Oh, maybe there's an Assassin's Creed card that focuses on like historic stuff.
There is not. There's an Assassin's Creed card that focuses on assassins. I will tell you, because I will pull out all of my Assassin's Creed cards right now and look through it. I know there is a blue-black legend, but I'm pretty sure he only interacts with other assassins.
Hmm. I was trying to think of one from Lord of the Rings, but like...
I actually don't think Lord of the Rings had a blue-black one.
No, they definitely had a blue-black commander. Like, there was the, I think the Witch King, with all the Nazguls in it.
3 colors.
There's
several blue-black legends from Assassin's Creed, actually. It's at least 3.
Yeah.
Because there's Lydia, Fire, there's Adewale, Breaker of Chains, and those are the two, those are the uncommons, and I know there's a rare one, because it's one of the Middle Eastern assassins from the older games in the timeline.
Okay, so then...
Adewale...
Was the one in Fallout, maybe?
Blue-black in Fallout? If there is, it's probably not super great. So that's the foil command tower's most expensive command tower to date.
That's...
Blue-black, I've been hearing playable...
That's true,
Oh, Golbez. Golbez. Yeah, you know, the one that I actually have a deck built of.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of... Actually, you know what? There is a lot of, like, really cool and good artifacts that have been coming in the Universe Beyond stuff. That would work.
Oh, you know what? Actually, it's actually only 3. Adewale and Lydia are the only 2 actual blue-black ones, but then Evie and Jacob is another one because they're partners. So, like, Evie is blue and Jacob is black.
So, like, the reason I asked, because I thought it would be a funny to build a blue-black Universes Beyond exclusive deck and be like, yeah, this is my UB deck.
There definitely is another one. There definitely should be another blue-black creature. Because he is one that deals with historic permanents.
Because, you know, chat, UB is how Magic initializes blue-black.
I understood the joke. I'm ignoring it to see how long it takes to set you off.
No. Well, I was addressing chat anyway.
That's fair.
I figured that's what you were doing.
Also, I'd heard the joke before, and so it's like it's diminished in it's diminished in how funny it is in general, just because I've heard it before. It's not anything that's your fault.
But that's impossible because I just came up with the joke.
You absolutely did.
It's true. Therefore, it never existed beforehand.
That is not true.
No, it's absolutely true. If every person is universe in my universe, that's the first time that the joke has ever existed.
I could Scryfall this, but I'd need to be on the computer.
He's fuming, chat. Quaking, spitting, mother spaghetti.
Yeah, Jacob and Lydia is, or Jacob and Evie is one because they partner. Adewale. There is one more. What the heck is the last one? Ah, there. Basab ibn Ishaq. He's the one that whenever you cast a historic spell, you draw a card, and he can't be blocked this turn.
I knew it!
And then when he deals combat to a player, put a 1/1/1 counter on him. He's actually probably the best because he's hyper generic.
Yeah. But also, like, I knew that I was right. I knew that I was remembering something. Something was good with historic.
I was too. I wasn't doubting you. I absolutely remembered that there was one. I just couldn't remember what effect it was other than it interacted with historic. And for some reason, it's not sitting in my my pile of all of the special art, the oh god, they're called something different. Showcase, the showcase art creatures for Assassin's Creed.
Ron, these damn turtles won't turn into cards.
Well, yeah, but aren't you not getting the thing that you need from them?
I still need to turn them into cards.
Why?
So I don't get experience from beating them.
Yeah, I immediately caught why it was too.
Like, just because these turtles don't have the thing I'm looking for won't mean that the next ones don't have what I'm looking for, but I can't get to the next ones to check to see if they have what I'm looking for if I can't turn these ones into cards. This is turtle abuse. Happy Turtle Day, everyone.
Oh man, look at him. He got swole. He got swole while I've been gone.
Yo, that's a big man.
You look strong, Specchio.
Come on, turtles. Come on, turtles. I don't want to turn my Minotaur card into Adamantoise. Please, please, turtles, please. Just get in the
Least favorite
Pokeball.
part of the game, having to walk around this stupid room 3 times.
Why do you have to walk around it 3 times?
Because Specchio here's a dick.
Would you like to elaborate?
He tells you to do it, and you can't proceed with the game until you do it. Clockwise. Oh, I went the wrong way. God dang it.
Trying to try to work his blue-black mill. I mean... But how well does that use, like, the Universe Beyond stuff? Like, you can use some of the Final Fantasy stuff that's in there, but that, like...
There's
like
not
that,
a lot
that's
of
the
good mill
caveat.
in Universes Beyond.
Yeah. Like, there was some mill support in Final Fantasy set, but... It's
like,
not
Jador. That's it.
Blue Crystal.
Oh yeah, the water crystal does have a mill effect, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like, that's the real crux of the question. Is like, if you want to go through with this silly little gag, and you want to make it like a decent deck, like say bracket 3, then what are you trying to go for?
Well, I think the thing that it comes down to there is how much do you care about playing as many Universes Beyond cards as possible? Because the only one I think that's good there is Basim, because he's the only one that actually just generically interacts with Universes Beyond stuff.
A lot of graveyard stuff in Universe Beyond. I mean, like, yeah, because that's just kind of what Black does a lot of the time. They find a lot of ways to, like, creatively use that.
I mean, I guess probably Golbez is the best because there was a small package of artifact stuff that is really, really good for him in Final Fantasy, and then there's a lot of really powerful artifacts in Universes Beyond as well.
If you want to just, like, jam in as much stuff as possible, like, get as much breadth of representation as possible, I think Golbez is a good answer. Because
I think Golbez is the easy answer.
Yeah. Because, like, frequently these Universes Beyond cards are taking the opportunity to make some unique equipment and standalone artifacts that might not make sense in a lot of other contexts. I'm currently working on Brea Food, And it's actually funny that a lot of the Universe Beyond stuff is providing some of the better food cards that you could include in something like that.
Like 4-color Brea specifically about making food tokens?
No, not about making food tokens. About recycling food type artifacts.
Okay, so non-token food. Gotcha.
Yeah, like the pizza cards from Turtle Set, like Lambus
Just
bread
'cause
from
she's-
Lord of the Rings.
Just because she's 4 colors?
No.
I feel like
It's
there's
really,
gotta be a...
it's really more about the fact that like she eats a lot of artifacts in order to fuel her abilities. So you can do some fun engine stuff by say like using effects that copy things. So like all these foods that do stuff when they get sacrificed or when they do a thing. And then you can use Brea to sacrifice all these temporary copies.
Yeah.
Like, you've got Saheeli, right? You've got Saheeli, which has 2 mana tap, make a copy of a creature artifact, but then sack it at the end of the turn. So you make copies of your food, and then you can sack those copies to just, like, do stuff.
It's more... My thought is more that specifically... food is a little weird because with Brea you don't have access to green, and a lot of the really good food stuff in like Lord of the Rings was in green.
See,
And a lot of really good food stuff in general is in green as well.
See, you are correct. And that is part of what makes it awkward. If you want to include like all the best food, but it's also part of what makes it cool. Because if you're playing Brea,
Hey, Mushroom King.
you get to use Oscar and Saheeli together, and that was like the original goal of the deck, was to find something to do with Saheeli and Oscar in the same deck.
One's Oscar.
Oscar is the original Lorehold face commander, where you can exile an artifact from your graveyard and make 2 token copies of it.
Oh, I need to get a copy of that for my Lorehold deck, I guess. Also, I'm gonna have my crash out moment. I'm so frustrated that stupid alchemy card isn't a real card.
Yeah, you would be.
There is no reason that thing should be exclusively an alchemy card. It is perfectly acceptable that Lorehold Legendary could be a real physical card.
Sorry, R&D
And it
said
would
they did.
help-
R&D, for whatever reason, said they didn't want it in the main set. And so it got pushed off into an extra probably.
It makes me feel more comfortable to think like what someone had posited, that they didn't think of it until they didn't think of it until after they'd released the set, which is, I know, completely unrealistic, but God, it makes me happy to think it at least.
No, that's entirely possible.
I would have... Really? They don't design the alchemy set alongside it? Or at least, like, in relative vicinity to it?
I mean, alchemy gets finalized after the set itself gets finalized, in case there are stuff that needs to be like that would inspire or be used in the main set, right?
Fair
because the main
enough.
set takes priority. The alchemy set is like bonus stuff that we get on top of that, for things that maybe didn't have a representation in the main set, and also like digital designs. Like
Fair enough.
in the last Dominaria set we had, Dominaria United, there was like a ton of references to the stuff that was happening with the Phyrexian invasion and all that. There was a reference to the Weatherlight, but they didn't have the room to include cards for the Weatherlight's crew, like, you know, Crew 2.0. So
Yeah.
they all got alchemy cards instead.
Okay. Also, I don't want to ignore Mushroom King. Yes, Mushroom King, I have seen the new best rat commander in the game. Did you brew up rats with Doran because you realized that Rat Colony is super busted with him?
One turtle down,
Did
one
you know
more to go.
Did you know the new Doran is the best rat commander now?
Because of the difference
Hero?
between power and toughness, yeah, that
Yeah,
tracks.
because it doesn't care about which one is bigger, just cares about that there is a difference.
Honestly, I hadn't considered it before, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it is just straight up the premier rat colony commander because of that ability now. Which is super cool. Like, I love that they can just release a card for a specific thing and then have it be completely like viable for a completely separate thing. God, I love Commander.
I think personally, this is just like my stance on it. I think I still prefer Vren because 2-color can be a lot more consistent to playing 3-color. And I also like the idea of Vren's effect triggers whenever creature's opponent's control dies. So like the most effective way to not die to a relentless rat style deck is to like raid aggressively with their rats, but then Vren makes it so that way you just get more rats. Makes the rats replaceable.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's obviously, like, I'm not saying it's seriously, like, the only commander you should be playing with Rat Colony, but it is one of those, like Mushroom King said, oh, damn, I didn't know other people read the cards. It is one of those, oh, damn, I read the card, and I understand this is a really strong interaction.
Lamau.
But yeah, no, I mean, if I was going to build a rat deck, I very much would rather play an actual rat commander just to stay on theme.
Do real humans get magic
real
cards?
Humans get magic cards? Yes! Several. Many. Every single world champion since, like, 2004?
Not every single one, unfortunately. That was something that they discontinued for a while.
Well, didn't they bring it back? Because there's the dumb fairy that's, like, whenever an opponent draws a second card every turn that's a world champion one, and that's a recent card, isn't it?
That was...
Or was that the last one, and it's older than I'm thinking it is?
So, what I remember being the return of the World Championship card was the 1/1 Knight from Eldraine, original Eldraine. It was the one that has, like, if it equip an ability targets this thing, it costs 3 less.
I vaguely remember what you're talking about, yeah.
Before that, and anyone in chat who knows differently can correct me, but to the best of my knowledge, the most recent World Champion card before that was Snapcaster Mage.
No, there definitely was at least one in between Snapcaster Mage and that one.
You would have to be able to name it for me then, because I can't remember what it would be.
Give me, shoot, I don't think I have an actual copy of it, but I know I can definitely figure it out when I'm not having to do combat. Because I just need to go look at Marlin's fairy build on EDH Rec.
Let's see. I could ask my wife, but my wife's currently playing Full RuneScape.
Oh boy!
She's been really into like the
I love Jagex.
Fish fins!
Fairies.
Fishies. You see a tree, dozens of rats come out and bite you with the force of 1,000 suns. My worst nightmare.
No, not that one. Nope, not that one. Oh, I love Cloud of Fairies, though. Cloud of Fairies is such a good card.
Gandalf is there, standing with the trees. Tolkien smiles in the background. All is well with the world.
I love how I clicked on the Fairies build for Marlin, and it still gave me an elf package. People don't know what they want to do with her hero. It's so funny.
I am so sad that the card is worse than I thought it was.
I think that you are just wanting to do things with it that it's not designed to do. I think the card is good, I just don't think it's as powerful or singularly focused as you want it to be.
So you're not wrong.
I'm not saying there's a problem
However, my opinion is informed by like actually trying to play her as something more closer to what she's intended to do, and she still sucks.
I don't know. I haven't finished my build of it yet. And by build of it, I mean 2 builds of it.
Real quickly, can you explain to me how her effect works?
Whenever you play, she enters, or you play a fairy or elf, you exile the top card of your opponent's library, and you can play that card this turn for free if you have less things. That's me remembering off the top of my head. So whenever Marlin or another elf or fairy you control enters, exile the top 2 cards of target opponent's library. Once each turn, you may cast a spell with mana value less than or equal to the number of elves or fairies you control from among cards exiled with Marlin this turn without paying its mana cost. The issue with this thing is that she can only exile cards that she has, or she can only cast cards that she has exiled this turn. So any previous turn cards you lose, and you only get one choice of the theoretically minimum 2 that you reveal.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do agree with you that she probably did not need to say this turn. And that does give her a massive power nerf compared to what I think she should have said. But I still think there is a lot of potential just because of how easy it is to, like, poop out an elf or a fairy. I feel like there's a strong resource denial package there, and then also gives you the benefit of once in a while casting something spicy from an opponent's deck. Like, I feel like the axis that she wants to be built on is not a highly hyper competitive one, but it is one that is well thought out and nuanced. It's just that some people are trying to play her in a way that's incongruent with the design of the card.
I think the card is incongruent with the design of the card.
I don't necessarily think that's an incorrect opinion. I guess I'm just being a little bit nicer to the card.
Okay, Fron. Seeing the potential of a card is one of the fun things of trying to make a deck work. But it's just one of those things where I think sometimes you have to recognize that if you want to make a card work, you're going to have to work a lot harder than maybe initial estimations had you doing so.
I think that the thing that's most frustrating about it is just the fact that she can only cast one thing, and only during the turn that it's exiled. I think the one thing is the one card per turn restriction is fine, but I don't think I think she should be able to do anything that she has exiled, considering that that effect exists extensively in Magic. Like, we have plenty of cards that are like exile cards over multiple turns, and then you have the ability to cast them
Actually,
at any time when you fulfill a certain condition.
That leads me to a question. So, like, why is it that overtuned means overpowered? And not, like, overtuned means, like, it's been overworked and there's too many, like, limiters on it, and so the card is dookie or whatever.
So, I think that comes down to just a difference in opinion of what overtuned means, because to me...
Well, no. I'm asking why... I'm asking, like, why the thing is. Like, it's not, like, my opinion that it should be that way, but, like, I hear overtuned, and my initial impression would be something along those lines, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying, is when I hear overtuned, my first thought is, this card is not inherently designed... It's Marlin is an undertuned card to me, because I think that it has a restrictive word on it that it shouldn't have. Overtuned is the opposite. Like, hey, we didn't put a restriction on this card when we should have.
And that's just like... I would think that, like, a card that has no balancing work put into it, just, like, has, like, a bunch of random upsides with no work, that feels like it should be undertuned. But no, it's overtuned.
No, I mean, you're right there. Technically, it is undertuned in the fact that it did not have adequate effort put into it to balance it. That is actually 100% correct and valid.
Yeah, it just sounds weird, right? Like, it doesn't have to be the other way, but it just sounds weird.
It's one of those using a word meaning potentially the opposite of what it feels like. Animate and inanimate.
Why are ovens hot when we in the cold?
If you want to go for a funny one. One that actually bugs me is static. Static meaning still and the same, where the first thing that I think of when I think of static is TV static, which is literally the opposite of what static is.
True!
It is
true!
Chaotic and changing, but that's also me thinking of a word in a current modern day context of it necessarily, rather than when the word was added to the vernacular.
Here's one from Ori. When I think of overtuned, I think of cars, and that would mean that you added too much stuff to make it go too fast and overwork the engine.
Oh no. Oh no.
What's oh no?
Oh, that was really bad.
What'd you do, Fron?
It wasn't what it's not technically what I did. Nadia got confused and attacked one of my party members. The thing is, her weapon does a guaranteed 777 damage. My maximum HP is 999.
Gotta turn those fish into cards. Actually, wait, hold on. I just remembered. I am not obligated to, like, finish this fight. I can run.
You can run.
I don't know why I didn't think about that before.
That does potentially, I think, have a chance to lower your seed rank, but I wouldn't worry about it too much.
I'm not worried about my seed rank at all. I've got, like, so much money, and also, like, we have quizzes that we can take if we really need to get it back going.
Well, the quizzes are only one and done, I believe, so that might be a... Actually, I don't know if they're one and done. I believe they are, but I may be completely incorrect about that.
Or he's got a follow-up comment to that. But in card games, it is often not about adding extra effects, but removing restrictions that make cards more powerful, which is kind of funny how ironic that makes the term.
Yeah, see, Ori's follows the same understanding of overtune that I do, which is, wow, this card should have a restriction and doesn't. It's overtuned. It's just weird because, like, it's the opposite of the car one, which is you have to do extra work to the car to make it better, whereas the card is better because extra work was not done to limit what it can do.
Okay, I need to look up this Adamantoy's turtle thing, just like double check.
This has been the month-long quest for the for the ultimate weapon, for the lion heart.
True. Battle drop. Turtle. Yep. Nadia.
Oh my god, please die.
Ooh, it's got drop items and ability.
No. Panacea on you, please. Are you too high level?
Mug will only hit Whisper at level 20 to 29. Item drops are Turtle Shell, Oricon, Adamantine. Okay, so it's not on the Mug table, but it is on the item drop table.
Okay.
And apparently
yeah,
the Turtle
so
Shell...
weird that the...
Yeah, okay, the Turtle Shells are like a rare.
It's so weird that the drop table and steel tables change with your level. Like, it's really, really frustrating.
A little bit, yeah.
Like,
now, if I was level 30, the drop rate for the Adamantine would be 75%, which is high.
Yeah.
As it is right now, it is 4.68 of 75%.
Yeah, because that's the thing. You basically getting his ultimate weapon, you either do almost immediately, or you have to wait until level 30.
Fortunately,
air quotes have to.
Yeah, if that's true. Okay, but it does mean that now I don't have to like keep messing around with Mug anymore, and I can go ahead and rejunction Noah for that.
Okay, hold on. I want to figure out what the stupid fairy is. Fine, I will just look at all fairies rather than only mono blue fairies.
I like fairies. If I played Pauper, I would play fairies.
Gross.
No, they're adorable.
I don't know. Lorwyn fairies, as much as I love them, are kind of gross. They are horrible little hornet things.
But that's why they're so cute.
Okay, I'll make sure to mail you a bottle of live hornets.
I don't think
I will not do this.
I don't think you can do that. I think the U.S. has postal regulations against that.
The live hornets, I'm not sure. Potentially, yes.
I know you can mail bees.
You can mail bees.
Yeah, mail order bees. All right. So
What? Where is the card? What?
Can't find the card, chat.
I know this card exists, and I know it's a fairy, too. Does it have an art that I'm not familiar with, and that's why I missed it?
Maybe. Was that the sound of a mighty tortoise? It does! Alright. So
oh, it does. That's why. Fairy Mastermind. Fairy Mastermind was... Oh, you know what? Actually, it might be afterwards, because the first printing of Fairy Mastermind was, March of the Machines.
Oh, you're
which would have been after Eldraine.
You're looking for Fairy Mastermind. Yeah.
Because Fairy Mastermind is a World Championship person. It's just... it's significantly after when they started again.
Yep.
And that was what I was forgetting.
But
Card's like $10.
Yeah. But can you name a World Championship card that got printed after Snapcaster but before the night?
Currently, no. I could potentially find one because I really genuinely do believe that there is one. Well, actually, wait, no, because Snapcaster would have been... Snapcaster is Innistrad.
Original Innistrad, that's right.
So between there is RTR block...
Khans of Tarkir.
Zendikar block 2, Khans of Tarkir, Amonkhet.
Shadows over Innistrad. Ixalan. Or not Ixalan. Yeah, Ixalan.
Ixalan's in there. Ikoria's in there, I think. Ikoria's either in that or literally right after Eldraine. I don't remember that one specifically. Yeah, actually, you're right. There very potentially may not be because they focus so heavily on the story in there.
If I remember correctly, it was about a change in policy with regards to the World Championship rather than, like, any refocus on story. Because they had plenty of World Championship cards when they were doing the Weatherlight story.
Well, yeah, but that's like a million years ago in Magic terms. Oh no. Controller, no! Ah!
He's crashing out, chat. He's crashing out.
Yeah, because my controller disconnected.
I didn't say it wasn't a justified crash out.
Like, I swear it's not that I don't have nuanced opinions on Magic, Hero. It's just the fact that I didn't play for a long period of time because I didn't have people to play with, unless I was playing Standard, which I did not have the money or the competitive interest in. And the fact that I just like playing Magic more casually because I find it significantly more fun and less stressful.
You're not wrong about that, but I have noticed that in the past few days you also tend to use opinion to just kind of cover, like, these are your thoughts.
Fair enough, but I try and not do that unless I feel the opinion is based on experience, but yeah, you're not wrong.
Not saying that you need to necessarily stop doing that, but I am going to make a mental note that when Fron says, like, I am of the opinion, it may not necessarily mean that this is an actual opinion.
And to be fair, I'm also not immune to propaganda or misinformation. Sometimes I state something like that as if it is fact because I genuinely actually think it is, only to find out later, oh yeah, no, that's not the truth. And then I go, oh crap, whoops.
Yeah, I have a bad habit of doing that too. Like sometimes we just forget.
Yeah, the you here is not you specifically. Like, sometimes you just don't realize something's false until somebody who knows goes, yeah, that's not correct, and then they give you an example, and you're like, oh shit, my bad. I had no idea. I'll readjust my thoughts and opinions now.
As is only correct and good to do. No one is immune to propaganda, chat. No one. It takes so much work and effort and vigilance to, you know, not.
I mean, it's also partially because it's impossible to be immune to it, because that would require having all knowledge, and it's just impossible to encapsulate all knowledge in our current society.
It's
even
true.
though we have access to more knowledge than any generation previously.
It's not that. So here's the thing, right? The knowledge is mixed in with just like knowledge is just a part of information, and there is so much trash and incorrect information that's out there, meaning that you actually have to be able to discern truth from fiction, and it is getting so fucking hard to be able to tell those apart.
Oh, it also requires doing effort, which some people just don't want to do or don't feel capable of doing.
It's true. And in a lot of other cases, it's being so worn down that you just like you stop caring about putting in the effort to do it.
Yeah.
That's
well,
that's how they beat you.
That's more the result of the thing that I'm saying.
But it is all a factor.
Yeah.
Come on, just hold on. Was it the red pill? Was it the red pill that put you back into the Matrix and it's all just a bad dream?
Yes. Because I believe the Wachowski sisters stated that was supposed to be a red party versus blue party allegory there.
Would definitely have to check that out. Just
I would take that with a grain of salt, because there are definitely things that may not be true about that statement, but absolutely do coincide with it coincidentally.
Once again, example forthcoming.
I was gonna say looping way back. It's one of those media literacy things of you did do media literacy, and you identified something that was so obvious, even though it was not an explicit thing. You're just like, oh yeah, this is subconsciously related. And they go, well, it wasn't my intention when I did that, but oh yeah, 100%.
Maybe. Well, see, here's the thing, right? That's a part of media literacy that is drawing inference based on like real world context with regards to the landscape that the media is being made in. That is absolutely a part of media literacy, but it is also not like necessarily reading the text for exactly what is trying to be said. It is making an inference based on information that may or may not have actually been present.
Some of it is also identifying the potential biases of the author of the work, whether they were aware of it when writing it or not.
True. But that's where we get into, you have to do like research outside of the book itself in order to actually form that opinion. Otherwise, we get back into the why did you steal from your grandmother conversation.
Oh my god, that's such a frustrating one, because that, like, there are situations where you could look at some of that, and that's a real question that you could ask to an author, and the author's real question could be, well, yeah, I've had thoughts about that, but my own morals have prevented me from doing that, so I channeled that into the character, and that is media literacy. It just wasn't in this specific situation, and that interviewer just did not want to accept that and kept doubling and tripling down on it.
So here's a fun tidbit from an interview that I read from the author of Delicious in Dungeon. She has gone on record saying that the food that she writes about, she would never actually want to eat. Like, it's just not stuff that appeals to her. And that is, and if you read that series without knowing her, like anything about her, that comes off as like a crazy wild thing to just like say.
I agree with you. Dedicating a series to food and then not actually being interested in the subject of the written work that you are focusing your livelihood around is a tad bit weird.
I've heard it posited that it's in part because of the lesson that comes with like food and eating. So like on the one hand, the food that you can make from monsters serves as a very good vehicle for world building, like talking about the things that you might actually be interested in writing about, which is the biology of these monsters and how they work and how they take apart and what parts would be edible in this scenario. Like that kind of louse, the kind of thing that Louse is obsessed with, right? The other part of it is like thematic of eating is an important necessity of being able to live, and the fight for life and survival is inherent to what that food thing represents. So like, if that is the intent, is to write that sort of theme and messaging, then yeah, absolutely, someone who is not interested in food at all can write something like that.
I would like your input and opinion on this, because you actually might know whether this is true or not, but I also want your opinion on it regardless. I am also of the understanding that the author of Delicious Dungeon has said outright that none of the characters in the series are autistic coded in any way, shape, or form. And I look at that and I go, yeah, you can say that. I don't think that's actually the truth of what you wrote, though.
So, I read... That was part of the reason why I was reading this interview specifically. Is that the author has said that when she was writing Louse, she wrote him as just kind of like a, quote, normal person. Like, that is what he is supposed to represent. Now, I'm going to preface this with, nobody should be looking at another person and trying to, like, armchair diagnose them, right? Like, that is just not something that... It is none of your business what a person's gender, orientation, or neurodivergence identity is. Absolutely none of that. So that is with regards to, like, the author herself. However, when we get to the actual text of the story, and it's funny that you're asking me this, because this is so close to that panel that I did a couple of years ago for transgender representation in anime. When we talk about coding, right? When we talk about a text using language that is not explicitly someone saying, I am X, you are engaged. This is what media literacy is. This is reading the text of the story and being able to draw conclusions based on what is being supported in the text itself. Now, for Laios, a lot of autistic peoples, myself included, identify with him because he is exhibiting a lot of traits that are concurrent with autism. Never in the series, as far as I'm aware. I've only ever seen the first season of the anime, and the second season isn't coming out till like later this year or next year, I think. But from what evidence that we have seen, we may be able to reasonably draw the conclusion that yes, Laios is autistic. And if you want to go by, word of God, i.e. what the author has officially said, it's entirely, valid. It's entirely valid to hear her say, I just wrote him as a normal person, and to draw the conclusion of, well, maybe that means that he's not, quote, autistic because she didn't set him out to. However, that doesn't not preclude the possibility that he is autistic, because, again, if she's saying, I wrote him like a normal person, like what I think of a normal person, but then her idea of what a normal person is literally just like an example of an autistic person, well, then we're right back to how much stock you put into the actual author's written intent versus what we can extrapolate from what is supported evidence in the text itself.
That was specifically what I was going to sort of loop back around to and say the you at that point you're analyzing unrecognized biases of the author.
Exactly. And this is where we get into, like, the whole death of the author discussion. A lot of people will fucking, toss it around like it acts as justification for them to engage with media however they want or whenever they want. No. Death of the author is very explicitly, we are not going to look at any of the context surrounding the actual art itself. We are going to look at it self-contained within itself in order to draw the conclusions that we do. That is not necessarily an incorrect way to look at things, I think, as when you choose to engage with media. However, I think it is in some ways willfully ignorant, because art
it's
is
incredibly willfully ignorant.
Yeah, because art is not made in a vacuum. This is part of why, when we engage with something, we have to talk about some of the quote problematic elements of a thing. Like, you and I can both think of like several series immediately that have problematic elements.
We were talking about one earlier today.
Yeah, like in Dragon Ball, right? Like classic Dragon Ball, not even Dragon Ball Z, just like classic original Dragon Ball, and talking about some of the issues with it. Yeah, you could read it by itself, but you also have to think about like the culture that this thing is being made, where the culture is a lot more permissible with, say, making jokes and gags at the expense of women.
I also, so this is a weird additional statement on this. So the royal we used to say, oh, well, it was a different time back then, and for a long period of my life that was, well, it still wasn't acceptable. I think more recently people have gotten more okay with the, well, it was a different time, because we have beaten the caveat into it of, that doesn't mean it's acceptable now, it means we're saying it was understandable why this was created in the way that it was at the time that it was created, but that it's not okay. But it's way easier to say, well, it was a different time. Granted, that also still gives the nuance of well, no, it still was kind of awful and horrible at that time. You can't just say, oh, it was a different time. That doesn't work.
I agree. It is not permissible to use it as an excuse, right? Like,
yeah,
if you were trying to share old media with someone and it makes them uncomfortable and you just write it off as it was a different time, that is not the way to go about it. Now, there is absolutely a reason to continue to engage with media of a different time that includes those problematic elements, because
you absolutely should.
Yeah, like, it is important to examine these things as products of their era, and also to like learn and study from them.
Yeah, I just say it's educational, informational. You are learning from history so that you potentially do not repeat it.
And also,
if something makes you feel uncomfortable, you probably should be engaging with it so that you understand it.
Correct. But also, there is another thing here, and something that, like, it's just kind of one of the paradoxes of art. There can be things that are very technically prolific and worth studying for their technical aspects that are going to have some really awful messaging themes or other issues. And that,
well, I mean,
it's frustrating because as someone who engages with that art, you would like the things that you admire on that technical level to also be morally and aligned with where you stand as a person, but the complications of life is that just won't be possible all the time.
Well, so this can go back to growing up in a way. There was a video I was watching the other day about the final arc, I guess technically second to last arc of Yu Yu Hakusho, the black tape arc. About the villain of there, part of the reason why he was so mentally shattered by viewing the black tape that contained all of humans' potential evils, or that they've done over years and years and years, was that he had grown up, but his sense of what is right and what is wrong had never evolved beyond a binary black and white. So he wasn't able to process or accept the idea of humans have in them the capacity for both amazing good and horrific evil, and because that clashed with his demons are bad and are my enemy, therefore humans are good because I am a human and I need to protect other humans from them. So when confronted with the evil that humans are capable of, he just didn't have a way to validate that within his own worldview because it was rather infantile.
Yep. See, that's something that I do like. I do like that kind of example of story, because this kind of goes into something I told my therapist when I was like first meeting with her and just kind of feeling her out. There is an expression, kotomine. No, we're not talking about kotomine fate. We're talking about
We're talking about
Sensui.
Togashi. We're talking about Sensui from Yu Yu Hakusho, Togashi's first work before Hunter x Hunter.
So, like, you know how have you heard the expression, "It doesn't cost anything to be kind"?
Yes.
Do you agree with that expression?
No, it is a factually incorrect expression. It is a nice sense, but anyone that believes that without any sort of caveat or asterisk on it is naive. It is very hard to be kind to some people and does cost a lot.
100% agree. Just like beyond that, though, like if you are in a position where you have to reconcile your worldview with an opposing idea, it takes mental and emotional energy to process that. And there are, for as many people as there are that are willing to do that, there are just as many who are not. And that's going to be a forever source of struggle within humanity.
I mean, hell, sometimes I know that I can and am still unwilling to at the moment in time just because I don't want to spend that energy.
Yep.
Not that I couldn't or don't have it to spend. It's just I go, no, just no right now.
Yep.
We'll file that. We'll file that incongruency to deal with at a later date.
Yep. Now, the flip side of that being that if someone is actively choosing not to be kind, well then, like,
fuck 'em.
Yeah,
fuck 'em.
Skill issue. Fucking skill issue.
Skill issue.
You have to level up your kindness. It's not always easy to do, but you gotta level that shit up if you want to be a decent person.
Yeah, sorry you got the bad genes that let you not have innate empathy as a human being, dipshit.
But you know, that's a cage that I've rattled on before. By that same token, though, it's part of what I think makes those Superman type heroes really admirable to me. It's like they are a paragon for what the best of humanity can be, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, I do want to try and be like that, even if I.
So I had a wonderful idea for a video on the way home today, listening to music, of the way that different music can influence how you feel about something. And the idea of there is music out there for boss fights that make you root for the enemy that you have to beat to proceed with the game. Where you as the player are dealing with an incongruency of, I want to believe and root for the thing that is going to make the game unfinishable for me if I do this. Or if I don't do this, I should say.
I'm gonna need you to elaborate.
Do you know? Chat, get ready for Undertale spoilers. Undyne. That the feelings that her battle song invites in me is that she is the hero and I want to root for her to win because I want good to triumph over evil. I want bad people to face bad consequences, and if you are fighting Undyne, you are on the evil route. You are on the genocide route, and I, in a normal narrative, would want that person to lose. So it is a boss music that is framing the antagonist of the fight as the hero of it, where you, the player, can feel one way about it while have to do different actions to actually progress the game state.
You know, there is a really good breakdown on the on that theme that I can link you to later if you want.
Well, I already understand the concept. I was inspired to
but like,
write my own concept about it.
But it would be affirming to watch.
Can influence you. I know. Yeah, because the idea of the video was how music can influence you, and that was sort of my thought of the final sort of twist one of music. You know, boss fights and battle music are designed to inspire you to fight on. Literally, why Final Fantasy VII's boss music is called "Fight On" and their battle music is called "Those Who Fight," and "Those Who Fight Further."
Hold on. It's called Fight On.
The boss music, the original boss music for Final Fantasy VII is called "Fight On." That is the title of the song.
That's the name of the magic card!
Yes.
That's why it's got Aerith on it!
Yes.
I didn't know that!
Yes. Almost every single card in the Final Fantasy set has some sort of reference, whether it's in the art or not.
By the way, real quick, before we move on too hard, here's another message from Ori. I've heard of times when you feel like the villain is right and wish you had another option to find them, but I don't know of any music that would inspire that feeling. Normally plot.
Oh, go listen if you've never listened to it, Ori. Go listen to Undine's boss fight music. It is.
What is it like?
That is
Triumph of a Hero, something like that.
Give me a second. I'll tell you what it is.
Like I have it
in
one of my playlists because I love it. So. Also, I keep getting the goddamn turtle shell.
Oh my god, it kept giving me so much Final Fantasy VII music because I wanted to listen to one song.
I've got 6 turtle shells. Girlfriend learns Vitality 20% ability. I could give them all Vitality 20% ability!
No, that's the one. Battle Against a True Hero.
Battle Against a True Hero. Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, Battle Against the True Hero is the name of Undine's boss fight, and it is the best example I can give of that ludonarrative dissonance of you have to beat this enemy, but the fight makes you know that you're not the hero.
You could write an academic paper on the Final Fantasy Victory theme, TBH. I would read that. I would read an academic paper about theming, about stuff like that.
Do it, Mushroom King. You know Image's entire Discord would happily read it too. And if they don't, I'll beat them up and give them noogies and tell them to do it anyway.
Oh, anything but that. Gotta write essays. I need to start dedicating some days to essay writing. Okay, we're back to the turtles, Fron.
And? Mushroom King. Madge makes multi-hour-long video game retrospectives. I think everyone in there would be up for an extremely in-depth music analysis, music theory breakdown. That sounds like everyone's jam.
12-tone spotted.
Oh boy, we're back here again. A lot of the next progression is going to be Final Lava over and over again.
Why do these turtles keep blinding me?
Why is Renoa knocked down? Oh, because that's her animation when she's low health.
Yeah.
I forgot they have different stuff.
Blinded by the turd.
On Tarkus
they kicked
by
up sand
Emerson,
right
Lake, and
into
Palmer.
my little
Nice.
eye.
One of my the professor that I took music classes with in college, I had a nice connection with him because I was talking about the use of a lot of classical songs brought back into modern parlance because of video games, because that was around when the Rayman games were the Rayman Party games were coming out, and my professor really was enthralled by the fact that Black Betty was a song that they used for that, because that was a song that he taught about in his class on music theory because of its cultural relevance.
Hero out here picking fights with Leonardo and Donatello. More like Raph and Mikey, actually.
Yeah, I feel like Raph and Mikey are the two that would attack a party of would-be JRPG protagonists.
True. And they're gonna bring a giant spaghetti monster friend with them too.
What?
They would bring a giant spaghetti monster friend with them.
Here, were you seeing something on screen that I'm not?
Oh no, you're not familiar with the Raph and Mikey deck?
No, I am, now that you've given more context to it. The manager at my local GameStop plays that in Legacy. It's very very silly that he was just like, yeah, this is just like expensive. This card is moderately expensive because it's just copies 5 through 8 of Sneak Attack. Or not Sneak Attack.
No,
well, I guess technically Sneak Attack.
You had the right
Show
idea.
and Tell.
Like, it's 5 extra copies of the card that you want for Sneak Attack.
Well, but technically, isn't it Show and Tell, not Sneak Attack?
They run both.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Isn't it technically Show and Tell, not Sneak Attack?
I don't understand what
I
you're
honestly don't
asking.
remember. Isn't Raph and Mikey technically a creature version of Show and Tell, not Sneak Attack?
No.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'm
like,
just
remember...
misremembering.
So remember, Raph and Mikey are good in that deck because they're essentially extra copies of the payoff card, which is like your Atraxa and your Emrakul. Because you reveal cards until you reveal a creature, then you put that into play tapped and attacking too. Now, they are 7 mana, so they are not a Sneak Attack or a Show and Tell because they are what you want to put into play with a Sneak Attack or a Show and Tell. Like, if you really want to think,
that's right. They're evolutionary leap. No, it's one of those styles of effects.
it's like a Winnoa, something like that.
Yeah. It's not pod. It's not evolutionary leap. It's just it's not food chain. There is a card that they are a modification of. I just don't remember which card it is.
I think it's closer to like a Winnoa. You know, one of those on attack, check for cards off the top of the deck to see if you can like find something to put into play, tapped and attacking, or even like a Kalia if you want to think about it that way.
Is it specifically when they attack? I thought it was when they enter.
It's whenever they attack.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm misremembering. I'm getting stuck on the idea that it's when they enter.
No. If it was when they enter, they would basically be another Atali. And like, I don't know. They both have their own axes.
I just like that modern cards find their way into legacy decks. Like, whether it be Universes Beyond or not, I just like that they do make a card that people can find silly ways to take advantage of in older formats. It's the same reason I kind of like Commander, but Legacy I'm more okay with doing degenerate things because the game's supposed to end. The game is, the meta is designed around the game ending very quickly.
Unfortunately, there is such a thing as the game ending too quickly. This is why Oops All Spells got that hit recently.
Oh, 100%. Like, you want Legacy wants to end on like turn 1, turn 2, but significantly more leaning towards turn 2.
But here's
but
here's the flip side of that, right? I also like it when new cards can find homes in older formats like Legacy. I do not like it when that seems to be literally every set.
I agree with that, 100%. That to me is more specifically my complaint of the design team huffing paint that they have been doing since Eldraine.
It's true.
At minimum, since Eldraine, of the power creep and card quality increasing tenfold.
So like here's what I heard about that. This comes second hand. So like it's second hand because it's from Mark Rosewater's podcast. But it sounds
that's
like
1.5 hand.
Yeah, 1.5. It sounds like Eldraine was when Hasbro was really starting to like executive meddling into WotC, and they were pushing for like higher power sets to sell more cards. You can
I mean,
really
I'm gonna
hear
say it,
Rosewater's frustration in those podcasts.
I mean, I'm gonna say that it's probably from the same source as you, but I believe that is just the actual truth of the matter.
Yeah.
Like that is a true statement.
That was, in fact, the set that
great.
gave us both Oko and Questing Beast.
Yeah, and both of those had... Neither of those were a Nadu situation where they could say, oh, we made a last-minute change and didn't have time to test it, which, first off, they should never be doing.
Mm-hmm.
You should always be making sure that you are testing cards significantly in advance of their official release. Now, granted, I can at least understand missing in interactions like Nadu's, because we are human beings, and it isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Where there's 10,000 cards, but there are still a lot of cards in Magic.
I think there's more than 10,000 cards in Magic than in Yu-Gi-Oh! I think Magic puts out a lot more.
No, I believe Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still like almost an order of magnitude more? I could be very wrong about that.
Magic had a head start on Yu-Gi-Oh! Though.
Yeah, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Puts out... maybe. Somebody want to rock a wiki on that one for us?
Hold on, my wife is saying something. What's that, wife? In Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! There's 24,000 as of 4 years ago. So, like, you know, lots of cards. But anyway, I mean, like, I agree with what you're saying in spirit, though. Because it's not like with the Earthbending student where, like, you know, whoops, there's accidentally a new 2-card infinite combo for Commander Legacy or whatever, because, like, there's no realistic way to test that stuff.
Is that the one that also wasn't actually printed in Jumpstart and was only available in the collector's boosters?
The starter evolution thing, I think, is what it was.
No, it was an earthbending creature card that was...
It would be
not actually...
Avatar E, right?
No, it wasn't a legendary creature. It was a...
I'm not saying it was a legendary
like
creature. I'm saying it was in that weird side set that wasn't the main standard set.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, it was a Jumpstart card. It was supposed to be in the Jumpstart packs, but it wasn't actually printed in the Jumpstart packs. The only way that you could acquire it was through collector's boosters.
And I hate that. I hate that so much.
Oh, that was a printing error. That wasn't like intentional. That was a printing error. Not that the printing error should be acceptable, but like it was an oopsie. It wasn't a cash grab situation.
Oh, hold on, wife's got an update. $30,981 unique Magic card.
Okay.
So, however many Yu-Gi-Oh has compared to that.
I don't know how many Yu-Gi-Oh has off the top of my head. You said 30,000, so 40,000? No, 31,000.
Yeah, 31,000. That's a lot of cardboard.
It's true. I need to pause. Unique.
Damn turtle, give me the Adamantoid.
Talk about it a lot more. Yeah, because Yu-Gi-Oh appears to be like a quarter of that? Hold on, when was this? No, this Reddit thing was from 3 years ago, so it's a lot higher than that.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. 14,300 Yu-Gi-Oh cards is what I've said.
Really? They haven't even hit 20,000 yet. That's crazy.
Yeah, thank you, wife. Thank you, wife chat.
I don't have to say it, though. I will anyway, though. Thank you, wife. Thank you, hero wife.
Fron says thank you. And she appreciates it.
Yeah, like, I actually thought that was completely the other way around. Like, that Yu-Gi-Oh just had vomited out a bunch of cards that had gotten it ahead, even though it started afterwards. Because, yeah, Magic does have an 8-year head start on Yu-Gi-Oh!
Chat says thank you, too.
No, chat says Hero Wife is the best of us.
I mean, that's basically a thing.
I don't know about you about the YouTube side, but chat actually did not say the thing that you told her. You're lying to your wife, Hero.
Ori said that. Ori said thank you, Hero Wife.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. I can't see the Yu-Gi-Oh! Or the YouTube side.
That's why I'm just saying, chat. What, you don't want to take my word for it? What, you don't want to trust your pal, your buddy, your adventuring companion?
I'd like some confirmation, at least.
Well, I'm confirming, isn't it?
Trust but verify.
How are we going to survive Vandalia?
I don't know what that is.
FF11 World. The Onion.
Oh my god, that has a name?
Yeah, it has a name. It's definitely not
I've never
Vandalia,
heard
but
it
like
have
I'm
a
calling
name
it
before.
Vandalia because that's all I can remember. Also, these turtles are tough, chat. These turtles are so tough. They just have so much defense and HP.
They got so much pee, chat.
And then they heal! And then they blind!
They're just full of pee, chat.
Aren't we all?
Not always.
But always when you least want it to. Okay, so there's True Turtle
No.
Shell.
I've gotten pretty good at planning ahead.
Does anyone learn VIII plus 20%? That's kind of cool, but that's not what I want! I just...
Heal beam.
Alright. The grind continues, 2026. And like last time, chat, once, after this stream's over, this is just gonna be the waiting for Fron activity. I was just really hopeful that we could get one goddamn Adamantoid before too long.
Is it just that you're... Is your level range just off? Is that what it is?
So, like, my level range has the Adamantoids unlocked.
But not the drop table.
But, it's just, like, at a 6.5% out of... From an original 7.5%, you know?
Gotcha. Oh, hey, Lavos is dead. I think I'm just bullying this monstrosity from beyond the stars at this point.
No, there was like... No. We're definitely in the right level range, because we were in the right level range for the T-Rex arc. Remember that much. But you're right. You're absolutely right, Fron. It is frustrating that the level range actually affects the drops. If only because I'm trying to do this specifically.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating, but to me, it's just weird, because there is no other game that I can think of that does that.
What other games have levels scaling? Skyrim, Fallout 4, maybe?
Yeah, but in those cases, it's like you can't find a certain rarity of enemy or a certain variety of enemy that has the drop table until you're at a certain level, which those make sense. Like, oh, you have to be high enough level for this ultra mega uber enemy to spawn, and then it just has a drop table with ultra sweet items in it. Like, I can't think of another game where it's, oh yeah, you have to be at a certain level to find this enemy at all, and then you also have to be at a certain level for it to have these items in its drop table.
I'll say this. This is only obnoxious because I'm trying to go above and beyond what I assume a regular play experience would be like. I assume most people who play Final Fantasy VIII for the first time would not be going through all this to grind for an ultimate weapon.
Probably not. Most people who play Final Fantasy VIII probably miss a large portion of the game, just period. There's a lot of esoteric stuff about this game.
So much.
It's like having to remember to always check for draw points on enemies, or you can literally miss your GFs. Or the entire way that you have to operate to get all of the triple triad cards in some situations, forcing or throwing games on purpose so that you can spread or you can lose cards to open up additional matches or spread certain rules to certain areas. Also, hey Zig! This is my buddy in real life.
Oh! Hello, Fron friend.
You're a cool dude. You can do it, Tata. You're gonna go fight the Demon Lord.
And yet, despite it all, I will still maintain that I am so happy that this is my first non-14 Final Fantasy.
I mean, I still... Oh, there's actually dialogue in this one. I still will say, I think a lot of that... Oh, yeah, that's right, it's us. A lot of that hinges on the fact of, I think this game scales downwards in quality the more Final Fantasies that you've played.
That's exactly why I did it, though.
Yeah, like
I agree with
that
you.
Wasn't
so that makes this...
But that wasn't an option at one point.
I mean...
Like, I feel for people that had been fans of Final Fantasy as a series when Final Fantasy VIII came out, it probably was a real kick in the nuts.
I believe that.
By which I mean, I know it was a real kick in the nuts.
I thought you watched a playthrough, not played.
Yeah,
I
haven't played 8, but I didn't play 8 because I heard how miserable it was when it came out. And I also had not finished 7 at that time because I was small baby child and was not great at finishing long-term RPGs.
God damn
I
it!
was really good about getting to the final boss and then getting anxiety about whether I could beat the final boss or not, and then going back to do side quests and grinding, and then never actually finishing the game.
Too real.
It's like it's part of why I like the advanced versions of Final Fantasy 1, 4, 5, and 6, because they're a little bit easier on the level curve and grinding requirements, but also they add additional content that encourages you to go above and beyond to break your limits that you normally would for the game. Like, Hero, most Final Fantasy games before, like, 10 want you to finish the game at level 40-ish, when the max level is 99.
What?
Yeah, that's not an uncommon thing.
Huh. I guess that makes sense if I draw on my experience with Pokemon, because, like, the Elite Four typically only caps out at, like, 55-ish.
Pokemon's a great example. Max level's 99. Most of the games, even Red, ends around 60, I think?
I think Red ends at
Blue...
70, actually. But that was literally just the Pikachu.
No. Red. No, I said Red. I meant Red and Blue. But yeah, Gold and Silver's a good example of, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Gold and Silver is actually a better example of a RPG more realistically taking full advantage of its level entirety.
Here's one from YouTube. Usually the higher levels are supposed to be for post-endgame super bosses if the game has them.
But they aren't. That's the thing. A lot of games don't have, like, just end when you beat the final boss, and the final boss realistically, like, not even just, oh, it's possible at level 40, like, realistically don't require you to be above level 40.
When I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles, that was one that ended with, like, the party being at 70-75 as the requirement, because that's just the scaling that it was, I think. But
last time I played Pokemon Red, I beat the game with only Starmie, and it was in the 90s when I finished. Well, yeah, because it was the only Pokemon you used!
But also, like, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 app has so many super bosses where you have to be not just 99, but also, like, min-max on stats and attributes in order to actually, like, beat them.
Yeah, that's Monolith Soft for you. Honestly, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is worse, where the game is functionally impossible if you are not the level that the game wants you to be, and if you are even 5 levels above where the game wants you to be, it becomes piss easy.
But then, Fron, what about Dragon Quest XI, which I am also playing right now?
Dragon Quest is brutal when you want to do bonus content. Dragon Quest also has post-game and super boss content. Like, the original Dragon Quest 1, I think you max out at level 40, and the game realistically can be accomplished by the time you're, like, level 15, I think?
What?
Yeah, like, the original Dragon Quest does not require you to be at a very high level to realistically defeat the Dragon Lord.
Actually, hold on. If I remember correctly, the original Dragon Quest isn't all that long of a game either, right?
No, it's very short if you know what you're doing. A lot of the game is significantly more of like a point-and-click style of you kind of have to figure out what to do, talk to everybody, and understand nuances, and like some of the stuff is like fetch quests to make like if you ever run into a golem in Dragon Quest that you need to put to sleep, that is a reference to the first game.
I think someone estimated that DQ1 should take like 7 hours. I feel like I heard that it can be done in like 3 or something.
That's like 3 times as long. I think the game is like 2 hours long if you know what you're doing. And aren't speedrunning.
Turtles do a roar. No, it's the sand! They keep getting sand in my eyes!
Like, hold on, let's check how I'm actually curious about this now. DQ1 how long to beat? No, screw you, get AI overview. I actually want to go to how long it takes to beat. How long to beat says 9 hours. I feel like that is long. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense considering completionist is 10 hours. Like, there is a bunch of stuff you don't need to do in Dragon Quest 1.
If I remember correctly, I think how long to beat goes off of the average of the user data submitted, right?
NES says 15 hours. The 9 hours is all of the re-releases after the fact. What the heck? I believe so, but I don't actually know for sure off the top of my head.
I'm looking forward to finding out exactly what my expected level cap for finishing Dragon Quest XI is.
I would say for finishing the game, not doing like post-game stuff, like beating the final boss, you're probably going to be in the 60 to 70 range.
Okay, so that would be in line with my expectations as set by Monosoft then.
Yes, yeah, which is the much more of the standard of RPGs nowadays. Like 8 and 16-bit era was much more like 40 is where you're going to be expected to finish the game. 32 and 64-bit consoles, it raises to like 60, 65. And then FromSoft came out and said, you can beat our game at level 1.
You could, and you can. And Wife is doing it.
And in a lot of cases, it's not actually that hard. Like, you just gotta pay attention and learn.
Wife has gone on record saying that doing her level 1 run in Dark Souls literally just feels like Dark Souls.
Just in the background. What am I doing?
Yep. Last I remember she was on the duo boss church temple thing.
Ornstein and Smo.
Ornstein,
Fatsman and Beanpole. Best dynamic.
She's getting to phase 2 where, like, you know, she can beat one, but then she still has to work on beating the other.
Well, that's why you reduce both their HP at the same time, so you don't have a long phase 2.
I mean, yeah.
I believe in you.
Fron believes that you can do it. She knows she can, but she needs to lock in.
Well, I mean, there's your first problem. You should always be locked in playing FromSoft games.
I mean, you'd think so, but my wife plays them super, like, loosey-goosey.
Just aim for cap and then beat the game. I mean, it's super valid, too. In a lot of cases, the stuff that I'm talking about, it's not that you can't go for for level cap. It's more the game sort of scales exponentially in how long it takes to get to level cap. It's why, like, going back to Pokemon as an example, it's why raising, like, the pseudo-legendaries like Dragonite and stuff sucks.
Yeah.
Because it just takes so absurdly long to raise them.
It's true. I always hated having to train pseudo-legends by the time I actually got them. Which is part of why I would always train me pseudo-legend eggs whenever I would start, like, New Game Plus or new playthroughs afterwards.
It also just means that you need to learn, get a Metang. Because Metagross is, like, the one pseudo-legendary Pokemon that evolves into its final stage at a reasonable level of, like, 45.
A lot easier than 55. So much easier than 55.
Oh, much easier than 55. Be the first Pokemon game with just Kadabra? Well, yeah. I mean, Alakazam and Mewtwo are literally the two most broken Pokemon in Gen 1.
But Fron, they didn't say Alakazam, they said Kadabra.
Well, yeah, they couldn't trade, so they had to do Kadabra. It's not like Kadabra's that much worse than Alakazam. My point just being Psychic was busted in Gen 1.
It's true. Was.
All the best moves in the game were based on your special stat. And there were not a lot of... unless you were a Pokemon that was abusing your special stat to attack, you had a relatively low special stat. And also, all the Pokemon that were abusing special to attack were also weak to something physical, which you could put on a bunch of your Pokemon. So it was, like, really easy to just do stuff.
Oh my god! I need this turtle to stop kicking up sand! Because it's eating all of my Asuna. I'm gonna have to reload on Asuna for this.
That's Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
Okay, now I need to go... I remember I need to go back to the list immediately after arriving. No.
I need to go find something that breaks down into Asuna.
No, there should be one more.
Oh my god, I just Asunated your fucking kicking up sand again! You shit tortoise! You shit tortoise! Happy Turtle Day indeed.
Okay, I thought there was one more that was after you got the hero medal. Go do it. I guess I'm potentially going to... I'm gonna potentially screw up and do a kill Lavos one more time than I need to.
I mean, Lavos deserves it.
Yeah, he is a space bug. All space bugs deserve to die.
The only good bug is a dead bug.
Starship Troopers taught us this.
It's true. And then it got reiterated in Lost Galaxy. Power Rangers.
It did. It did. It really did. Even if Space Bug is hot, Space Bug deserves to die.
It's true.
Man, they did not know what the hell they were doing with Lost Galaxy.
Ori's saying he's got to go, but hope we have a nice stream. Thank you, Ori. Thank you so much for hanging out on the YouTube side.
I'm also hanging out on the YouTube side.
You are also hanging out on the YouTube side? You helping push my metrics?
Yeah. Yeah.
Aw, thank you, buddy.
I can, you know, work my computer harder.
Someone's got to leave a like and a subscribe.
Well, I'm not going to promise that, but I barely promise that to anybody I follow on YouTube.
I keep getting turtle shells!
Well, yeah, you probably have like a 5% chance to get an adamantite, if any at all.
Like I said, 6% of 75%.
75% of the time, 100% of the time. Baby!
Let's see. Find status magic from an item. Yay! Thank you, Diabolos. Ooh, Diabolos can learn Dark Side.
Oh, fuck. I can't... I know I said this last stream. I cannot wait until they lobotomize that dungeon.
Which one?
The Diabolos one.
Oh,
the one
no!
where you fight Diabolos at the end with the doors.
I can't say I'm gonna miss it, but like, there is a part of me that's like, I wish there was a way to keep the spirit of the design here.
Honestly, you can do it. Just make it so you automatically dodge the attack if you go through the door. Like, don't have to go through the door at a specific interval while the attack is charging up, or you still get hit by it. That's the part that bugs me. Because, like, you can explain the mechanic to people perfectly well, and then we open the doors, and then we jump into the door too soon and pop out and just get smacked in the face by the attack.
Run!
What?
I can refine mid-level magic from regular magic.
What? Oh, you can turn like 5. You can convert it like 5-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, I can turn 5 fire into Fyra.
I didn't actually know that was a thing that you got eventually.
Yeah.
Probably because it is really, really inefficient, and when you can just draw that Fyra, why would you convert 5 fires into it?
True.
Which, like, fair, honestly. I hard to disagree. Sometimes you feel like it could be too EP, but Media 2 is enough. Well, not if you eat multiple of his attack, because he's putting on Vuln stacks every single time. Like, you gotta have basically everybody super locked in if you want to ignore the mechanics on that fight. And it's not a deterministic fight. Where he drops his AoEs and stuff is slightly random as far as I can tell. It's not like he drops them based off of what direction he's facing or anything like that.
Oh, hell yeah. Support magic refine will get me my Asunas. And I can cash in all of these M-stone pieces. 5 Asunas for a single piece. I'm gonna be rich in Asuna, Fron.
No, because the turtles are gonna eat them all. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Good. I hope I'm wrong.
I hope so too.
Oh, also, I realized a card that I need to get, and it's great because it's one of my favorite cards in Magic. Did you know that there's a misprinting on the etched foil copies of Shay Cormac?
Of what now?
Shay Cormac. He's one of the cards from Assassin's Creed. It's the white-black card that is like Shadow Spear, where your opponent's creatures lose hexproof and indestructible.
Nope.
It's literally one of my favorite cards in the game. I've been putting it in every deck I possibly can.
And aside from the time that I started drafting Jess's deck, I don't know like hardly any of the Assassin's Creed cards.
I mean, I'm not saying you need to engage, but genuinely engaging with Assassin's Creed is what warmed me up to the idea of Universes Beyond, of just like, man, they do put love and effort into these cards, and they're not just a quick cash grab, design-wise at least.
So here's the thing, right? I will never say that they're not. Like, Magic design is a very real passion that I don't personally have, but I know people who have it and make custom cards like this, and like the people who get to be professional Magic card design makers, like I'm sure that there are a lot of properties where they, like Final Fantasy, where they got to have a blast making the cards, and I'm never not going to say, like, you know, a single given set wasn't made with that type of, like, intention to care. But it is also true that some things should not be an entire standard Magic the Gathering set. They're just... really
I'll never not agree with you there.
Yeah.
The only set that I think justifies that currently is Final Fantasy, and even that's tenuous because of stuff like Tifa and VV. But yeah, like part of why Assassin's Creed warmed me up to is the fact that Assassin's Creed was a small, designed for non-standard set. It wasn't supposed, like, it wasn't even
made to be drafted. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't even made to be drafted. It was made to be pack warsed. Which is a neat idea. I like genuinely believe.
But like, you know, love for Assassin's Creed was not enough to actually like move those packs because they had no practical use outside of the eternal formats.
Yeah, I think that's just an unfortunateness about the set itself. Because
Agreed.
there are a lot of really good packs there, but I also think we hadn't really like gotten to Magic as a game called Commander Extreme Edition yet. Like we were right on the cusp of it. Because a lot of the Assassin's Creed cards are really fun for specifically Commander, but a large portion of them are designed to be like almost hyperbolically. The Assassin's Creed set is almost literally just a deconstructed Commander deck.
Weirdly enough, I get what you mean by that. Actually,
I mean, I have the same issue with Avatar, where Avatar feels like it's literally just has a Commander deck that should have been a separate product deconstructed into the set, but also it's a fine set by itself, so it doesn't bug me as much.
there is just like this. I don't want to say that this is an objection to Universes Beyond in its entirety, but like, there is definitely a threshold for what feels acceptable to be a quote Magic set and what should probably just like stick into being a theme deck. And it really hits into that right aesthetic for what meshes with what is currently Magic's, or I guess it's hard for me to say current because like, you know, Magic's current identity is just like Funko Pop TM, but the aesthetic of what I associate with Magic fits with some of these properties so much better. And like, some of these cards, the best Universes Beyond cards are the cards where I can hear what the card is, and then I don't even register that it's a non-Magic property. Like Poxwalkers from the 40k set. Like, it's just, that is literally the name of a faction unit in an army. But like, I hear it and I'm just like, yeah, that's a thing that totally sounds like it's a Magic thing.
Yeah, like, I mean, Spider-Man, again, will always be my best example of this, of if the Spider-Man set had been marketed as its Omen Paths version, I think people would have... They probably would have still had problems with the set overall, don't get me wrong, but I think they would have been a lot more positive to it if it was literally just the Omen Paths set.
I think so, too. Like, they... So I'll say this. I think if there was a singular Marvel property that could theoretically be stretched into it, like if you were looking at the different Marvel properties and being like, okay, we need one of these to be stretched, which one gives us the best chance of doing that? Spider-Man is probably the one that gets there.
Number 2. Spider-Man's number 2.
Which one do you think is number 1?
X-Men.
That's probably
X-Men's
not
wrong. X-Men's not cheating like Avengers is. X-Men it's technically its own self-contained, air quotes, self-contained thing.
You know what? I think you're probably correct on that. Yeah, I'll agree with that. But even then,
Spider-Man is definitely number 2 if you're looking at like just a single property. I'm cheating a little bit with X-Men because it is a multi-character story, whereas Spider-Man is really just the one Spider-Man until many, many years later, where they were like, we gotta do other things than Peter Parker.
I feel like Spider-Man is probably like the more marketable property between the two, and that's part of why they went the way they did.
Honestly, marketability of Marvel is such a weird topic, because
right,
like there was a point where Avengers was like the C-listers, and there was a point where X-Men was the A-listers and the only one that mattered. And there was a point where Spider-Man was the A-lister and the only one that mattered and everything else was trash. Like, it has gone through so many weird cycles of just, like, this thing that was uber popular is now just complete trash.
We are like, what?
Or vice versa.
We are like, what, 20-something years removed from when Marvel had to sell their franchises just to, like, stay afloat? Like, selling X-Men to Fox and selling Spider-Man to Sony?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that is so wild to think about in current day age.
I'm so curious what happened with the announcement that Arena's going to get all of the Spider-Man cards rather than just the Omen Path Spider-Man cards. Mostly because I was just really interested in the whole thought experiment of why that happened in the first place. And I'm still gonna double down on, I genuinely believe they didn't want to hash out a rights deal with Sony, because Sony still had the digital rights for Spider-Man, and they just sort of said, we want other Marvel sets to not have to. We don't want to have to do this double effort thing for all of the Omen Path versions of these cards, so we're just gonna work out a way to shell money into Sony for the digital rights to just be able to put the Spider-Man cards up there and then do the same with all the Marvel stuff.
That seems to be the prevailing theory that I've been hearing. Is that it's just rights stuff.
Genuinely, if it's anything else, unless I get it from a solid source, I'm just gonna be like, it's not that I don't believe it, it's just that it's hard to think of it as any other reason.
I think the key to trying to speculate on that is to remember that the set slot for where Spider-Man was originally slated as the Marvel set. Like, this was going to be the Marvel tentpole set. And then something happened, and they pushed Marvel back, and it had to take what was going to be like a small starter set and expand it out into a fully fleshed out set.
I have heard conflicting things about that as well. Because I have heard that Lorwyn was supposed to be in that spot originally, and Lorwyn got booted back. And I genuinely do not actually know what is the truth there.
So, what happened, and I do know this for a fact because I had been watching the set announcements when they do the roadmaps. Lorwyn was where Avatar ended up being. And then at a later announcement, they said, okay, we are delaying the launch of Lorwyn to do an yet as of unnamed universes beyond that ended up turning into Avatar. So it sounded like there was a lot of
they injected Avatar in there?
I think so. Okay, this part is speculation, just based on what I have observed in my thought process. But if the original schedule, the original schedule was Marvel tentpole set followed by Lorwyn. The revised one was Spider-Man, Avatar: The Last Airbender. My guess is that in part because of some of these rights issues that they had to re-navigate, they had to shuffle around the actual set releases.
I still wonder what the core reason that happened in the first place is.
You and me both. It's that is such an unusual thing to happen. Now, granted, it's unusual for us to have a multi-year roadmap for Magic sets in the first place, which is part of why I think they haven't gone back and done it again. Last time we had a 2 to 3 year roadmap of what was coming out, and that was when they made the Final Fantasy announcement.
I mean, genuinely, it's almost just showing too much of the secret sauce.
They were trying to do the whole build hype for future product thing that a lot of game companies and battle pass stuff will try and use as a marketing technique, but that doesn't work for a Magic set when you are tied up in so many properties and licensing, right?
Also, even for video games, unless it's a AAA video game, most live service games do that 2 months in advance, not 12.
So here's another thing that I heard from I can't remember where the source on this was. This wasn't a study or anything. It was just more of a we are taking some time to analyze what exactly has been going on with WotC. We're going to try and do our best to analyze it. Essentially, what it is that WotC / Hasbro, because this has been happening on the Hasbro level too, are trying to use tech company strategies in order to garner growth and investor profit, right? Like they're trying to get more money from investors, and they're trying to use the exact same strategies that work for tech companies when they are not a tech company.
That's why they're getting sued by their investors too. Honestly,
that's part of it.
It really is part of it.
The whole thing is just like such a mess. And see,
I mean,
okay, so remember earlier when we were talking about like how much of this is Hasbro being pushed onto WotC?
Yeah.
We have testimony regarding exactly how effective and how do I phrase this? Competent WotC management has been ever since its inception, ever since like it became like an actual company that started trying to do its own thing.
Yeah.
Part of the whole reason why the Urza Saga block was so busted was because, well, you know, ignoring the fact that Mark Rosewater was the solo designer and developer for one of the actual sets in that block by himself. The other sets that had multiple developers, none of them were talking to each other because they were all throwing a hissy fit.
I love when adults from prior generations tell us that that they were more mature back then, and then we consistently hear auteurs doing stuff like that.
Yep. WotC, like as a company, has a history of continuously not wanting to pay people, not wanting to listen to their hired experts, and trying to like garner as much profit for as little cost as possible. Now, like, I understand that that's kind of an inherent to being a business in a you know, a capitalist system. Like, you want to like spend as little as possible to maximize profit, but like there's trying to minimize costs, and then there is deliberately trying to like, you know, do what every company does these days, where you're trying to like get away with even lower than the bare minimum, you know?
Yeah, tell me about it. That's why I got let go from my my last job.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to do even less with, or even more with less, or the same amount with even less.
The most testimony that you'll get from this is on WotC's digital development side. Like, I don't just mean Arena, but Magic the Gathering Online specifically. They don't hire technicians. They hire Magic players who know how to do the technical stuff. Because they do not want to pay the actual going rate that people who, you know, are very well experienced and would actively make their product better would bring them.
Are you talking about in cases of like fixing this, making the system so that cards interact in the way that they're designed to?
No, I am talking about the literal, like, we can pay you less to work for us because you are excited to work on Magic, even though your programming skill is like, and also your programming skill is lesser because you're not applying here because we're a good job for programming. You're applying here because you're excited to work for Magic.
Yeah, so what I was trying to say, they're hiring Magic players to try and make the interactions better because they're cheaper and thinking.
It has nothing to do with the interactions. Just remove that from the sentence, and then you got it.
Okay, I mean, I guess I'm overthinking it because Magic is a complex game, and designing digital spaces for these games is actually a hugely challenging endeavor.
Yeah.
The fact that I mean, I know we're talking about Magic, but to go to Yu-Gi-Oh, the fact that Master Duel works even a modicum as well as it does is a literal miracle of coding.
It's true. It's true.
Yu-Gi-Oh was barely designed for the human brain to comprehend it.
The client being as good as it is, you know, minus all the microtransactions, is like, if we could have Arena get up to that level, I would be on cloud 9. And like,
I mean, I always have been under the impression Arena is kind of comparable.
Not even. Like, as a simulator,
Really?
yes, but it's like all of the side stuff that you need a platform of a simulator to do, right? Like, you can't spectate in Arena. You can do that in Master Duel, but you can't spectate in Arena.
Okay, these are things that I do understand. I just value them less highly.
Yeah, but they're things that...
But I understand where you're coming from and why it is a lesser product, because it doesn't have them.
Yeah, like, it turns out, when you have a game that's trying to push the social aspect of itself, you kind of want your platform to have the ability to be a social platform. Like, you don't need to have, like, you know, chat. Like, I think
But
online
what do you
matches
mean,
are
Hero?
better for, like...
Can't you just offload all of that to Twitch?
Look, I don't need my opponent calling me slurs because I'm playing mono blue control again. But, you know, if you could set up like rooms, right? Rooms and lobbies for multiple people to hang out and match up against, stuff like that, that'd be great. And that's the kind of stuff that they are currently actively working on. They just...
Yeah, but also, haven't they been working on those things for several years now?
No, actually. No.
Not really trying to throw shade, but I feel like they've said we're trying to work on multiplayer and rooms or something for a while.
So here is what the developers have said. They have said it in both interviews and on the official Discord where people can interact with them and ask them questions. With regards to, like, multiplayer, that started, I want to say, a year or so ago, maybe a year and a half. And they said it would probably take somewhere in the ballpark of 3 to 5 years to implement, because Arena was developed as a 1v1 simple client where all anyone would ever go on and use it for is standard. It was basically like a half...
Do you want a fun little anecdote about them trying to implement multiplayer to start with? Because I actually know this one from interviews.
What do you have?
So the first hurdle that they ran into trying to implement multiplayer was the game didn't understand that when a player dies, the game isn't over. Because up until that point, the game was only ever designed for 1v1, so a player going to 0 life meant the game is done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those, like, oh shit, yeah, I can understand how you have to restructure the system for that and how that wouldn't immediately occur to you.
You know what else is crazy? Okay, so, like, Emrakul the Promised End, the one that lets you play your opponent's turn, that's on Arena. You know this, right?
Doesn't that, like, not work properly on Arena?
It took a long time to make work on Arena, and it was purely because it was one of the developers' passion projects. Like, there's just an office where everyone is allotted, like, time where they can work on things that they personally have a vested interest to work on. The development team is very cognitive of tech debt and trying to minimize the workload so that nobody's going through crunch. It's the big reason why they're trying to get their union recognized right now.
Yeah, really. Everyone, we'll keep people up to date on that if we find out anything. Because I would like everyone that watches our stream to go support that if they do another petition for that.
The one that they have is currently there. That is the one that people.
Oh, is it still ongoing?
It's still ongoing because WotC is so far delaying choosing to recognize them voluntarily, and they have hired a firm that specializes in dodging unions. So, you know.
Also, I will state, mostly for Hero as well, I have a very nuanced take on unions of, I absolutely think that they should exist, but I do understand being careful about implementing them in the first place, because I have seen both the union's rights and the union's wrongs of entitled people wielding their union as a cudgel against the company in undue ways.
Unfortunately, I have seen this starring Sylvester Stallone. So, like, I am at least aware that is definitely... Anyway, but that's an aside. The point that I was originally going to make was that Emrakul the Promised End, because it was going to take so much work, was originally not slated for the Pioneer Masters release. Like, it was just, this is going to take too many resources to make work with our current system. Maybe there'll be a point in the future where we can do it, but not now. A developer's passion project is what made it possible. And part of, like, the issues that made it take so long is because Arena uses pop-ups for everything. Pop-up windows for, like, searching your deck. Pop-up windows for, like, you know, trying to figure out which card you want to make your opponent discard when you cast Thoughtseize and stuff like that. And just so many things that are not conducive to how weird of a game Magic can get when it's just two players playing against each other. So, you know, supporting what you were saying about
I can just imagine, like, the way that their pop-up works, windows work, if they're referencing specific values as a way to shortcut that. Like, oh, you know, when you have a pop-up related to your own deck, it's referencing your deck list to help streamline how it grabs that information. If you're then having to reference all of your opponent's stuff as well, that's now a new variable that it's using to reference, to point to, which would be a nightmare, honestly. Because like, people don't understand, sometimes in coding situations like this, it's not like an additive process and how much additional effort it takes. It is like a multiplicative, and sometimes in the order of magnitude variety, where, like, the easiest way to always explain this, I find, is to be like, oh, you want a true game with branching paths where your decisions matter. Okay, cool, you have a single path that you start on, you come to a binary decision of one path or two paths. Now you have two paths that you need to design. You come to another decision on each of those paths that's a binary decision. That's now 4 paths. So, like, you've doubled and then now quadrupled in the original workload, or from the original workload. So, like, yeah, it adds up very quickly.
God, listening to the Arena devs talk about their process being as transparent as they can be about what goes into not just maintaining the program, but implementing literally all of the shit that WotC, like, basically shoves down the throat with all these sets and stuff. And then all the stuff that they're doing because they're passionate for Magic on top of that, like, people do not appreciate how much work their local engineers are doing here.
No, because they don't have a frame of reference. They don't have the capacity to actually understand the level of work that's going on, which is just a world issue.
Mm-hmm. But also,
granted,
like, you know,
in some situations like that, you don't need to.
It's just, it's part of why I get so frustrated when I hear people complaining about, like, Arena original formats like Brawl. Like, when I hear someone complaining that, you know, the Arena devs need to do a better job balancing all this stuff, and, like, oh, they could do all this stuff for them. Like, they would even do it for free and all this. It's like, you really don't understand what exactly it is that these people are trying to juggle and prioritize. Like, your complaints are valid for, like, the experience that you were having, but please don't, like, act like these people are idiots and buffoons and don't know anything about what they're doing, please.
In some cases, I think a critique of making sure to manage their time is potentially acceptable. So, like, this is not actually how I feel, but here is a potential argument here of, if it takes this much energy to implement basic cards, why are we adding alchemy cards? And the answer is because core answer is we want to be like Hearthstone. But the answer is we want to do something fun and unique that actually incentivizes people to interact with Arena beyond, or instead of just going to the paper card game. Arena has to have its own unique draw.
So, Fron, I want to start this with, I appreciate how you started that with. That helps me a lot. Thank you very much. Please continue doing that. The second thing is that, honestly, people have that exact criticism. There are so many people that whinge about alchemy cards and think that, one, not only... Oh my god, these god fucking turtles keep fucking blowing sand in my eye. I am so mad at these fucking turtles. Okay. First of all, there are people who get their panties in a twist that the alchemy cards are not real cards. They hate how Hearthstone-y it feels. Like, okay, you know what? Fine. You don't like the cards. You don't like having to play against the cards. Whatever. That's just like your opinion, man. It's not a sin to have an opinion, even if I don't want to hear it personally.
I mean, I'm team. I just wish we could print more of these alchemy cards in real life, even if they're janky to make work.
But as a service, this is something that is unique to Arena, and you hit the nail on the head. It's a fun experience that you can have because Arena is digital only. And so that is worth, putting work and effort to, because there is an audience, a not insignificant audience, that is really enjoying this as a product, and it is doing exactly what it sets out to do, which is to be fun digital stuff.
It's a flawed perspective on it. It's not that there isn't a logic to it. It's that the logic that they're trying to... The logic there is, oh, well, if they didn't do this thing, they'd have more energy and time to do on this other thing. Which is like, yeah, but you're not engaging with the idea of, yeah, but without that thing, how many people would they lose?
I can say for a fact that they have, like, 1 or 2 people who have, since alchemy was implemented, been hired to help design and balance alchemy specifically. Like, at least one entire person.
Well, I meant players, not employees, but that's good to hear too.
Yeah. And, like, part of the union is getting more resources, getting more funds, and being able to, like, help build a team that can help manage this. There is also, like, the training aspect of this, because people will go, oh, if they don't have the resources to do this, then why don't they just get more resources? Because the company won't fucking let them, and when they do have the resources, they do have to take into account that, hey, you have to train the people that you bring in, so that way they know what they're doing and that they are in line with what the team vision is. And also, time spent training that person is time taken away from this person's other responsibilities.
Fun fact here, chat, I'm gonna give for my own personal experiences with this. You can have an incredibly well-founded opinion and evidence on something to do for a company that you work for that would make them more efficient, spend less money, and all this other stuff, and you can just have bosses that are like, okay, your opinion and information and evidence is duly noted, still not gonna happen. And you just sit there like, why? And then they don't have to give you a reason.
True. I think part of why I get so heated about this stuff when it comes to Magic specifically is because Magic is supposed to be my break from this shit.
I mean, do you mind if I'm a little harsh for a second?
Go for it.
I think you wind yourself up playing Magic to some degree as well. Even if it is relaxing to you, I do think you wind yourself up a little bit.
That is not a controversial take whatsoever. I know that this is the truth.
I didn't think it was controversial. I still think it's harsh though.
Sadly, I have heard harsher, usually from my wife. But it's like, this is part of why I get so wound up, though, right? Like, I have a lot of love and passion for this. Magic has been a part of my life since I was in middle school. So, like, the predominant portion of my life now. My plural system is based on Magic color philosophy. Like, it is a very, very important thing to me. And I have had so many other important things in my life not literally taken away from me, but it feels like they have, because I could just no longer engage with the thing the way that I used to, in a way that was fulfilling and fun. And I really, really don't want that to happen to Magic 2. So, like, this is part of why I'm going to continue mentioning the Union on Blue Sky. It's why I'm going to keep working in my posts. It's why we're going to keep bringing it up on streams going forward. It's why I'm gonna like, try and pass on the information as I see it. It's why I'm gonna try and like, keep checking in on the official Arena Dev Discord, so that way I can like, have that updated information.
Oh no, there's an expanded thing here. Sorry.
No, that was more or less it. Like, I care a lot about this thing. I don't want to have to feel morally compromised in order to continue engaging with the thing.
Wait, which one's ending 2?
You need to remember always that companies are not our friends. If they do something wrong, it's most likely because of the higher-ups, not the artists or programmers. Yeah.
Ending 2. Ending 2 is the new ending. Okay. They changed the order of them from the DS version.
There have been multiple
Also,
instances of like WotC screwing up, and then the people who work for them having to apologize. Like with Nadu, it was the developers for Modern Horizons 3 who were made to apologize when WotC was putting them under crunch with an issue with new art for the One Ring was drawn by a longtime Magic artist. It was supposed to be
that one's
but I had
that one's so frustrating because that dude's also like 80 years old. He probably shouldn't be doing this anymore unless he's doing it for the love of the game. Like there's a lot of
there were so many quality control issues.
Yeah. Like the One Ring thing is such an incredibly frustrating situation.
All right, let's go ahead and call it there as we start wrapping up stream.
Well, that's 3 more endings under the belt for me. Good Night, Legendary Hero, and Unknown Past.
Oh my!
Would have been 4 if I'd remembered to do another run of the boss right at the start of stream.
Not a single Adamantoise drop. I don't want to dash in my Minotaur card. I'm gonna keep going.
Well, yeah, because I don't know if I don't know if you can get it back, but that's more of a I don't know how that specifically works with the game.
Yeah,
like, I'm sure you can.
I don't think you get it.
Sure
I think if you convert it into items, I don't think you get it back.
I just feel like that's weird because that means that there is a way to completely delete a triple triad card from the game.
I mean, we did establish that FF8 is in fact a very weird.
That is true.
Hey, Fron, you do anything special next week?
Maybe. I might stream next week. I've had significantly less eepiness after work, though I think that's partly I'm starting to build up a little bit of stamina for it, and partly I'm having like 2 sodas a day now.
As opposed to...
None?
The caffeine?
I don't think it's just the caffeine. I think it's also just the sugar, and it's just a lot. It's sugar, it's caffeine, and then it's also just mental health, mental healing.
You know what? I'll take that. If you're healing mentally, I'll take that.
Well, it's also I'm significantly more active, so like I mean, soda's still not good for you, folks. Don't get it twisted here. But I'm burning a lot more calories. It's significantly more okay for me to have something with a disproportionate amount of calories for what you're actually consuming with it.
My husband drinks so much soda when he's out working. He's a carpenter, so he's always on his feet working. But like, he drinks so much soda. Trying to find ways to like help him cut down, if for cost for nothing.
It's hard. It's really hard. It's really, really hard.
All right. So as we wrap this up, if you're over on the YouTube side, thank you so much for hanging out. Don't forget to leave a like, maybe subscribe, tell someone who you think might enjoy the stream about the stream. Remember, YouTube, stay curious. Loop. And then over on the Twitch side,